them to create a standalone school for a social work degree. Garrett says these same programs are typically housed within larger and broader schools. Garrett says that because the social work school has been mandated by the state, that has allowed it to be exempted from consideration for outcome-based funding by the state. Garrett says his bill will not end the social work degree program, but only remove the state requirement that it be a standalone school. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Stop what you're doing and head to Sons Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Montgomery during the Start Something New sales event. Right now, save up to $11,000 on select 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokees. Perfect for the family life and weekend adventures. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. Must finance with Stellantis Financial. Payments plus taxes, title, and fees. See dealer for details. Offer expires January 31st, 2026. Sons Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Montgomery. Family driven.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Edition of the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader should be stopping by here before too long. And kicking off the show with me today, as always, and we'll get to Trump and Davos, a very stable genius indeed. He's having way too much fun soaking it all up and making his boasts and bets and promises and threats. He's in rare form there in center stage of the globe. We'll definitely get to that. But Jeff Poor joining us to kick off the show here. Jeff, how are you today?
I am well. How are you, Joey?
Doing all right, though. I'll tell you, as soon as I left and got to my vehicle and I pull out away from the State House, my back right tire was going flat. So I spent all morning fixing that. That was fun.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. I feel like I'm partially responsible.
No. It's whatever construction they're doing. It was a frickin' like metal bracket. I could see it was about an inch big, like sticking out of the tire, but it's being repaired as we speak. And any action down at the State House this morning?
No, they gavelled in and gavelled out. It's mostly committee hearing day, which tell you how my day went, like with just the cancellations because people weren't sure when committee hearings were supposed to be, and but that is what's going on. Nothing really. There's some interesting small things going on as far as business is concerned in the State House. The backing off a high school athletic association kind of remake. Donnie Chastain up in the Senate. That's the lead on our site now. But also just. In general, there's one interesting bill, and it was just kind of I just had Larry Stutz on. He's a state senator from North Alabama. They are going Arthur Orr, who's not here this weekend, a death in the family. They are trying to change the eligibility for SNAP benefits. And, and make it, eliminate some of the abuse and change the requirements. And the thing that's interesting, because we're all about this, right, as good conservatives, but they're getting a lot of pushback from the Ivey administration, from DHR Administrator Nancy Butler. So there's that as well.
Yeah, and it does seem like, as you predicted, I've been predicting, a sleepy session here before the campaign world. Now, I want to shift to that. We touched on a little bit on your show, but What do you make of the Senate race now that Trump very early has endorsed Barry Moore?
I'm a little stunned that there hasn't been more buzz about this. I feel like when Katie got the endorsement, I mean, it was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I think it's a good thing for Barry Moore. I think probably more importantly than the Trump endorsement itself, which does help, it is not a small thing, was that it opened up the path for Club for Growth to move forward with its endorsement of Barry Moore. And you and I were talking about this a little bit. When they come into your state, they don't do a bunch of happy talk ads about how great Barry Moore is. They go for the jugular of his opponents. And I think that has in the past had a resounding impact on the election politics.
Yeah, and I think Barry is now the front runner, but I must say, Jared Hudson, Steve Marshall, they shouldn't be counted out. I take your point about Club for Growth. I remember how they tried to go after Katie Britt. Didn't quite work, but she also had a machine behind her, all around her. It could handle such attacks. I don't know if that same is true of Steve Marshall. And, we went over, and I hate to say this, because I think Steve Marshall is a very conservative guy. I think he's been a great attorney general. But the clear line of attack is he didn't become a Republican until 2011.
Yeah, it took, 3 years of Obama for him to make up his mind that this was where I need to be. I think that's what the Troy King and some others tried to use against him in his 2018 bid for Attorney General. Now, remember, he was appointed by Robert Bentley to that spot. Now, he's been there longer than Kay Ivey has been governor. A lot of people don't realize this. And he was filling the unexpired term of Luther Strange. So he will have been the longest-serving statewide official consecutively, even if he completes his term, and I expect he will. But there's some that history there is, I think, and I don't think he's a Democrat. I don't think he's liberal, but it's low-hanging fruit for these Oppo guys.
And as we discussed this morning, and I mentioned on my show yesterday at length, that just don't underestimate Barry Moore. Every time he's been underestimated, he performs very well. Add to that the Trump endorsement. I think the guy's got a very clear path, but I do wonder about the geography with pretty much all the people and money, not to knock us here in South Alabama or Central Alabama, but it's Birmingham North, especially these statewide races. Do you think possibly Jared Hudson has a slight advantage if he can really play the social media game well, and he also is, more from the northern part of the state?
I don't know. I mean, so is Marshall, right, from Guntersville. I think he since moved his residency to Montgomery. But right now, the thing with Jared Hudson, he will do well in Birmingham. He'll do well in Jefferson and Shelby County, maybe Blount County. But you start getting in the Birmingham market's huge. Mm-hmm. Birmingham market stretches from Sumter County, northeasterly, all the way to DeKalb County, or Cherokee County, I should say. And that's a big market. How much of that market does Jared Hudson really have a command on? But you're right. I mean, historically, Birmingham and to some degree Huntsville really dictate the tempo of statewide elections. But does Jared Hudson, can he really conquer? I mean, does he really have a presence in the entirety of the Birmingham market? And if he does, then your hypothesis would be correct. But I don't know that to be the case.
Well, yeah, he ran for sheriff and win that campaign. So I don't know. I've just been seeing him lately, and the media they're putting out there is getting a lot of traction. Now, shifting gears, I was very surprised to see Andrew Sorrell get out of the Secretary of State's race. Maybe I'm playing dumb, but do you think he is actually going to hold on as auditor? He's now running for that seat, but it seems like, in particular, Derek Chin, who I've gotten to know a little bit, who's at every Republican meetup, everything you'd ever go to in politics. He's been doing that for years. Do you think that actually ends up being competitive between Sorrell and Chin? Maybe, I don't want to count out the third fella, but those two seem to be the ones on my mind.
I think absolutely will be competitive. This will be the most expensive most expensive state auditor's race in the history of the state. It'll probably be more expensive than the Secretary of State's race. The Ag Commissioner's race is very competitive as well, and there's a lot of money going into that. But I fully anticipate a very competitive race. And I don't know how are you going to delineate the two? Like, how different are they? What are their views?
Right.
What is it? So you got to kind of think the incumbent's got a strong hand there, but then, it just depends on what Derek Chin does to, I think he's got to attack Sherrill.
Right.
I don't think, I don't know what he could say. I'm a better counter of death than Andrew Sherrill, but I think he's just got to attack him on a bunch of different things.
Yeah, it's just that step into I'm going to go for a higher office, and no, I'm actually going to stay where I am. That suggests something wrong. Something is quite wrong there, and we'll see. Yeah, I like Andrew Sorrell very much in my dealings with him, but that's just an interesting development. And now shifting gears to the international scene, I don't know how much you've caught with Trump at Davos at the World Economic Forum, but man, he is in his element. You can tell he lives for these sorts of things, whether it's the main speech or the sitting and the talk and chat afterwards, or him doing the press conference, I think just happened live. Do you think, though, that Trump is hitting the right message as we're hitting the ground here in 2026?
Yeah, I do. I think everything at this point is sort of, the one singularly unifying thing Democrats have is an animosity for Trump. And that's going to play big in this election cycle. So with Trump, what do you do? And I don't think you need to try to build a broad coalition and try to make a bunch of people happy who are never going to like you anyway. He just needs to do what he's always done. The Republicans are still probably going to take some hits in 26. It's just the natural sort of order of events, the way it always is. But don't give the media, don't give the Democrats an opening here to try to divide and conquer. Don't create a schism within your own ranks. Try to keep as much as you can. Make sure that you're this unifying element for Republicans, and I think that's the best play right now.
Now, I don't want to pry too much into personal life, but I saw this story, of course, with the Vances, with J.D. Vance and his wife Usha announce a fourth child coming. I know you're a busy man, a father with a growing family. I mean, can you even imagine that schedule for the vice president? It's like, yeah, let's have another kid. Wow.
Well, you would assume if you're the vice president of the United States, you're going to have a lot of help. Now, father, son, daughter time is important, and making sure you have time with the kids. I understand all that, but I think we need to encourage this. We've had such a cultural impulse to wait and have kids, but they put more of an emphasis on the me and not an emphasis on the family. And that's had an impact on society. And so, here J.D. Vance is practicing what he preaches, I think. I don't see, with the job and going after him, and I know some have, because he's so busy and he works his heart at, but this is part of it. You lead by example sometimes.
Well, I appreciate your time as always. I got to hit a break here, but if folks want to check out what you're up to, Jeff, how can they do so?
X.com/Jeff_Poor, or you can check out 1819 News, 1819news.com.
Appreciate it, man. See you next week.
Thanks for having me on.
Again, folks, always great having Jeff Poor here on the program. Before I hit this break, we have a guest stopping by for a quick segment about the Jewish Food Festival coming up here in Montgomery. You'd never want to miss that. It's always a great thing. Pretty awesome. But first, this part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services, and they're at Pest Pro. Ashley and that great team are ready to help you with any and all of your pest control needs, but especially since it's cold, way too cold right now, Ashley and that team can help you. Well, those little critters who are cold are trying to make a home out of your home. Or maybe you're just worried you're not sealed, like truly secured your place. You don't want birds nesting and squirrels getting in there, raccoons, God forbid, or so many other little critters. If you already have something, they can remove that animal out of your property, out of your house. Or, if, again, you just want to check around the property, make sure everything is jam up and jelly tight, they can help you in that regard. And, of course, they provide pest control services year-round. Get on their monthly subscription model, and you can add to that with termite protection, mosquito protection when the time is right. Really great success story, local small business success story coming out of the pandemic. That's Pest Pro Services. Get by, see Ashley and the team today. Of course, you can always learn more at ppsriverregion.com or search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces or call them direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And just remember, folks, when you want to know, call a pro, Pest Pro Services. We'll be right back after this.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. For years, I've been asking you to call me at Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. Did you know the current national average turn time to close on a mortgage is 48 business days? But not at Alabama Home Mortgage. At Alabama Home Mortgage, our average close time is 16 business days. That's a month faster than the rest. How do we do it? With over 60 years of combined experience in the industry. Our team knows mortgages. Our years of experience yield a better experience for our customers. Folks, time is money. Whether you're looking to buy or refi, don't waste time with another mortgage company, bank, or credit union. We close on time, every time. Give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time. Our fast turn time is just one difference that sets us apart from the rest. It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
You officially survived the holidays, but the same can't really be said for your carpet. Instead of playing What's That Mystery Stain, why not ring in the new year while you bring in new flooring from Prattville Carpet? Get unbeatable prices during their New Year's sale, and when you purchase Mohawk Smart Strand Carpet, ask about the free upgrade to a free pet pad.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
Step into the new year with new floors. Shop PrattvilleCarpet.com.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
This is Frank Bertorelli with Zap Pest Control. We're here today to thank Blue Water Broadcasting. We're now over 31 years in business. If you don't believe in radio advertisement, give these guys a chance. You won't be disappointed. Zap Pest Control is still on the move today, thanks to the friendships we've made with Blue Water Broadcasting.
Our advertisers are our biggest advocates. Call us to find out how radio can increase your bottom line. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
We get Montgomery talking 24 hours a day. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back, folks. And it's that time of year, and you brought me treats, and I'm just very happy right now. We have Milt Livingston back here on the program, And it's that time of year where the Jewish Food Festival will be coming up here in about a month or so. Milt, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fine. Happy to bring you some of the good food from our freezers. We've got the unfrozen stuff coming in, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, and you let me sample here chocolate-covered cheesecake bites from Carnegie. Like, folks, these are delicious.
And that's just dessert.
Right. So let's lay this out, because for folks who don't know about the food festival, like, what can they expect? What's the experience like?
For this will be our 21st annual. And every year we have thousands of our friends and neighbors come and schmooze with us and eat with us and shop with us. And it's wonderful because we get to see all our friends. We get everyone in the temple involved in baking and cooking. And it's really a lot of fun. This year's Food Festival will be on Sunday, February 22nd. We moved the hours up from 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock, and it'll last until 2 o'clock. The reason we did that is so we can make sure I have enough food for everybody. The temple is on Narrow Lane Road, and parking is available at the Huntington Tennis Courts. We'll have a shuttle to pick you up there and take you to the temple. Just in case we have a full parking lot in the back of the temple. To give you an idea of what's on the menu, we have made 180 loaves of challah, which is a traditional braided bread, over 5,000 pieces of pastries and desserts from our bakery, over 330 pounds of slow-cooked beef brisket,
Yum.
more than 1,000 hot, fresh potato latkes, about 100 quarts of matzo ball soup, and that stuff sells off faster than anything else.
Absolutely.
And almost 900 cabbage rolls, which are cabbage leaf stuffed with meat. So we are ready for you. You come on and we strongly suggest that you arrive no later than 10:30, even if you have to stand in line to get in. And we also have this year, instead of our treasure market, which featured gently used items from our temple members, we have an art fair. We've recruited local and out of the area artists to come in and sell their goods. We have new treasures for you. So many things to choose from: paintings, handmade jewelry, pottery, various kinds of art, all perfectly made and ready for purchase. So after you eat with us, come on down the hall to see what you might like for your own home.
I like that change a lot. I mean, the treasure market's great, but like the bring local artists in and add that extra flair after a great meal. So let's give the exact date and time. You said 10:30. You should probably show up a little before even.
That's right. Sunday, February 22nd. Serving starts at 11 o'clock in the morning and lasts until 2 p.m. Don't be late. In past years, we have run out of certain foods, and it made us almost cry to see our friends come in and we have to tell them their favorites are not available. So I just read you how much of this we made already.
It's awesome.
And we are ready for you.
And you have a bunch of these desserts as well.
Absolutely. We've got Carnegie. We got full cheesecakes, cheesecake slices, cheesecake bites, some of which you've already had.
It's amazing.
And a bunch of pastries. There's something for everybody. And we look forward to seeing all of our good friends and new friends at the temple.
Well, it's always great seeing you, Milt, and folks, get on by for great food and, great fellowship as well and getting to know folks. And check out a lot of the local art as well. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Joey.
We'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Are you getting ready to put your home up for sale? Remember the 6 Ps. Prepare your home by deep cleaning, painting where needed, yard work, decluttering the inside. Present your home to the market through the experienced realtor who knows how to market the home and get it sold. Price the home at fair market value of what the home should bring in today's market. Your realtor can guide you in pricing the home to sell, not sit. Pay for part of the closing cost and provide a 1-year warranty. Buyers today don't have the down payment and all the cost of buying a home without some help. Prepare to look at offers from the marketplace and accept the best offer for your needs. And 6, place your trust in experienced professionals, including your realtor, closing attorney, and mortgage company. For all the details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. And remember, we are now hiring agents, both new and experienced. Call me today for an interview. Bo Goodson, 221-2883.
When something goes wrong with your home's plumbing, it can throw off the whole house. Luke Wire has taken care of plumbing needs for River Region families for decades with their trusted technicians and 24/7 emergency services. From clogged drains to broken pipes and water heater issues, Luke Wire is there when your family needs them most. Get back to normal, fast. Whatever you require, call Luke Wire. AL license number 22154.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We'll start out with today's forecast, which is quiet. Clouds are on the increase, but a dry day, milder. High temperature up to about 60. Risk of some spotty showers begins in the overnight hours tonight and Thursday, and a better chance on Friday with highs in the upper 50s to near 60 tomorrow and Friday. Then Saturday, rain becomes likely by the afternoon, more likely Saturday night into Sunday, but is it just rain? Everybody talking about this potential winter storm over the deep south this weekend, especially over the northern part of the state, but will we see any winter weather impacts here locally over the weekend? It's not out of the question. We'll know more as we get closer. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
If it concerns your community, you'll hear about it on News Talk 93.1. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So, the President of the United States was very much in his element, still is, there at the World Economic Forum in Davos, and throwing out a lot of things like saying the headline is he won't use force to acquire Greenland. He's going to ask, because we never asked for anything, and I'm going to ask very nicely. And if you say no, we won't forget that. But we're not going to take it by force. Denmark, a fund in Denmark, is selling $100 million in U.S. Treasury bonds, saying it's just a start. But Scott Bessent's response is, yeah, Denmark's irrelevant. We're more worried about the Japanese bond market than anything else. But Europe apparently has suspended the U.S. trade deal they struck with Trump last year in reaction to the tariffs Trump is threatening over Greenland. And you also have Gavin Newsom at the World Economic Forum, and it's not just Trump taking shots at him from the stage. You also had Scott Bessent describe the governor of California as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken. Catty, but I like it. Of course, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho, and I guess Sparkle Beach Ken is a, Barbie thing. And we'll get into a lot of the different back and forths and clips of especially Trump's speech there at the World Economic Forum. Again, as I mentioned earlier, J.D. Vance and wife announced they're expecting their fourth child, which is, I think, just from a symbolic standpoint of, a lot of folks, for better or worse, it depends, I guess, on your politics, but, you look at leaders and, like, what are they up to? And I can't remember ever there being a president, vice president, having children while they are in office. And I think that adds an element of perspective. It maybe, still exists to a degree for folks who are grandparents who have had kids and grandkids and stuff. But when you're in the middle of what is it like raising a family, and in this case, it'll be a family of four, I think it sets a great example for the nation. Very much agree with Jeff Poore earlier, saying that a lot of folks have put this off. I'm guilty of it as much as anybody else. You got to find the right person, I guess. Or you could just go randomly hook up and have a child out of wedlock, but that doesn't usually end up with great outcomes for the kid. So I'll wait and wonder and hope and pray about it, I suppose. But you also, a dynamic going on right now is AI actually the breakthrough going to be the savior for industrialization, reindustrialization, and help us get out of the economic malaise that's around the world as people search for things to put money into? Or is it a big old bubble? And then on top of that, you have the continuing fight over cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I think some embarrassing moments for some old fellas there at the World Economic Forum, talking to the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, in particular, a French central banker, was laying out that, we like our independent central banks, whoever compared to whoever your issuers of Bitcoin are. And it's like, all right, you're the head of a central bank. You should at least try to understand what you're criticizing. Because Armstrong essentially, there is no issuer of Bitcoin. We're more independent than any central bank because there's no issuer. And they just look at him like he has three heads. They have not taken the time. It's one thing if you're an everyday average Joe. I live my life. I don't need to learn new things. Fine, go for it, kids. Go for it, young man. Change the world, whatever. So, you're a boomer or whatever, and you're like, I don't want to take the time to study for 100 hours this new technology. Cool. But if you run a central bank, I don't care how old you are, you should try to understand what you're actually criticizing and what is actually coming down the road. And I think there are a lot of folks who still don't quite understand the challenge to fiat money and central banking that this new technology suggests. So, like I said, a lot to get into, so let's start. Let's start with, Donald Trump and his ask. He is asking big for Greenland. So this was earlier this morning at the World Economic Forum. Trump essentially laying out the pitch of why the United States, wants this big old hunk of ice. What's the big deal? Why should the United States get this big old hunk of ice? Let's listen into the president.
So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember. So we want a piece of ice for world.
You could say yes, and we'll be very appreciative, or you could say no. What was that line again? Let's hear it again.
Yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
And we will remember. Now, he goes on to say, we never ask for anything. You folks out there who are, how dare the United States do this? How dare the United States ask, for something that's, change borders, it's imperial behavior, yada, yada, yada. Let's listen in.
We never asked for anything, and we never got anything. We probably won't get anything unless I decide to use excessive strength and force where we would be, frankly, unstoppable. But I won't do that. Okay? Now everyone's saying, oh, good. That's probably the biggest statement I made, because people thought I would use force. I don't have to use force. I don't want to use force. I won't use force. All the United States is asking for is a place called Greenland, where we already had it. As a trustee, respectfully returned it back to Denmark not long ago after we defeated the Germans, the Japanese, the Italians, and others in World War II. We gave it back to them. We were a powerful force then, but we are a much more powerful force now after I rebuilt the military in my first term and continue to do so today. We never asked for anything.
I love that. And I think it's because, I'm an American, and I also have been following the logic of this change in American foreign policy ushered in by Trump since the beginning of this new term. J.D. Vance was sending clear signals within the first month to the Europeans. And everybody cries about it, yells about it, pretends like, well, I'm just smarter than you, and you have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, well, that's the president and the vice president, and they control the most powerful nation ever known on the face of the earth. And so if you're an internationalist, globalist, you like your multilateral approach and all this other stuff, you're very upset. Because not only do you think maybe like you're so high on your own supply that it's so dangerous to change into a great power competition or whatever, it's like, it's also a self-interested thing. There are people that have built careers studying the game that has existed under the globalist international institutions. They've studied and studied, that's the game. They've made name for themselves in that game. They've made very lucrative careers in that game. And now all of a sudden you have this brash loudmouth, this branding artist, this New York real estate developer changing the game on you. And changing it bigly. Changing it in a large, great way, in my humble opinion. But Trump didn't stop at Greenland because there were other aspects of the entire event where the Prime Minister of Canada and the French President, Emmanuel Macron, well, they started getting a little mouthy. They started, talking real big. And in particular, isn't it interesting as an American that as soon as the United States starts asking for a few things and reshaping the global order in the sense that we built the post-war order, it is now fading away. And it's not because of something necessarily anybody did. It's just the reality of the world. The world keeps on changing no matter your best intentions. All these laws and institutions you go through, the world is changing. So we're going to change it. But as soon as America says, you know what, that's the deal. Don't retaliate. We want to build that world together. You have the Europeans and the Canadians immediately running to China. Kind of reveals who's actually on your side and on your team. And after the United States has footed the bill for decades, now trying to renegotiate that bill, that relationship, Canada and like the French immediately run into the arms of the Chinese? Really? You think they're more worthwhile partners than the United States of America? So, here's Trump quietly, essentially saying, I don't know how quiet it is, to the Prime Minister of Canada, well, watch yourself. You better watch yourself, Mark Carney.
We're building a golden dome that's going to, just by its very nature, going to be defending Canada. Canada gets a lot of freebies from us, by the way. They should be grateful also, but they're not. I watched your Prime Minister yesterday. He wasn't so grateful. But they should be grateful to us. Canada lives because of the United States. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements.
Woo! Canada lives because of us. Remember that, Mark, the next time you make your statements. And honestly, and a reporter at the World Economic Forum essentially called him out saying, you're Mr. Globalist. Like, you've been a central banker, you work at Goldman Sachs, you've lived in multiple countries around the world. You're very much about all these multilateral relationships and old international institutions and whatnot. So, watch yourself, sir. You're going to try to continue to play the old game, and if you're really going to choose the Chinese over the United States as your best partners, I think you're making a big mistake. Now, another guy that tried to be really tough and stand up for, I guess, European and, of all things, French pride was Emmanuel Macron. And, well, of course, there was a weird thing about Macron's appearance in the sense that he was wearing these massive aviators that covered most of his face, these sunglasses. And he's, well, I just had, surgery or something like that. Or, no, did your wife punch you in the face again? Lady can hit like a dude. Anyway, here's Trump bringing up the appearance of Macron and just, let's just say, sizing him down, big boying him a little bit.
Emmanuel Macron, I watched him yesterday with those beautiful sunglasses. What the hell happened? but I watched him sort of be tough.
Sort of be
but
tough.
He was at $10 for a pill. And I said, Emmanuel, and I have all the big pharmaceutical companies are in total agreement. It wasn't easy, by the way. They're tough, smart. They've been getting away with the scam for a long time. Emmanuel Macron, I watched him yesterday with those beautiful sunglasses.
So, like I said, Trump is in rare form. And in fact, he's going to explain more because that one, cut off in an untimely way. He's going to explain more of how he got Macron to relent on prescription drug prices. And it shows a game that Trump is very wise to, that they are very, the trick is, just go flatter Trump, give him gold things and he'll love you. It's like, he's of course wise to that. He wants that. He loves the flattery, but it's not going to fully sway him one way or the other, especially after you flatter me in private and he's, we'll work together and then in public, you're like, we don't like bullies and asking too much from us, and maybe we'll have to go work with the Chinese or something like that. Mm-hmm. So here's Trump laying out in more detail, how exactly he got Macron to relent on this particular issue of drug prices and most favored nation status for the United States of America.
Prove it. I said, I guarantee you. But I actually started with Emmanuel, who probably is in the room too. And I like him. I actually like him. Hard to believe, isn't it? And I said, Emmanuel, you have to lift the price to $20, maybe $30. Think of that. That means it's a double prescription drugs. Be a triple, might be quadrupling. It's not easy. No, Donald, I will not do that. I said, yes, you will, 100%. He said, no. You're asking me to double. I said, Emmanuel, you've been taking advantage of the United States for 30 years with prescription drugs. You really should do it, and you will do it. I have no doubt. In fact, I am 100% sure you're going to. No, I will not do it. Because he has to, in all fairness to him, he has to double or triple. Because the world being a bigger place than the United States, it's not that you meet in the middle. You just have to go up some, and we come down a lot. They go up a little, we come down a lot. So we're at $130, they're 10. So they may have to go to 20 or 30. No more than that. I said, Emmanuel, you're going to be doubling or tripling? No. I said, here's the story, Emmanuel. The answer is you're going to do it. You're going to do it fast. And if you don't, I'm putting a 25% tariff on everything that you sell into the United States and a 100% tariff on your wines and champagnes. And that's about 10 times more than what I'm requesting. And you're going to do it. I want that. You may make me do that. Do it. It took me an average 3 minutes. Same thing. You will do it. They all said, no, I will not do it. You're asking me to double the cost of prescription. I said, that's right, because you've been screwing us for 30 years.
And he did it. So you might say, oh, this is rambling or Trump sounds tired or whatever. No. Trump, I think, is relaxed. Trump is enjoying the spotlight. He's enjoying remaking the global order and strutting the global stage. He lives for this. This is the whole thing he's built for. Now, the question is, does that energy come back home with him? Does that energy continue here in the United States of America as we head into the midterm elections? Is he actually going to run like he's running for president again to get out the vote for these midterms? Because there is a dynamic of when Trump's not on the ballot, a lot of folks go, oh, it's the same old weenie Republicans that we remember from years gone by. That ain't like Trump. That's a weenie GOPer or something like that. Sorry to say weenie and peer in the same sentence. But Trump is not done. This is, I think, the final flourish of the speech, a clear written part of the speech, where he lays out what actually builds prosperity. And whoever came with the line, whoever wrote this up, bravo. I don't know the speechwriters, who they exactly are there at the White House. That's got to be a heck of a gig with this president. And, well, the point is not so much all the policy stuff. The point is culture matters. And if you want to build a prosperous, dynamic, energetic culture, that's how you get to more and more prosperity, innovation, and growth. And yes, betterment for everyone, from the highest to the lowest. Let's listen into the president.
Prosperity in conclusion and progress that built the West did not come from our tax codes. It ultimately came from our very special culture. This is the precious inheritance that America and Europe have in common. We share it. We share it, but we have to keep it strong. We have to become stronger, more successful, and more prosperous than ever. We have to defend that culture and rediscover the spirit that lifted the West from the depths of the Dark Ages to the pinnacle of human achievement. We live in an incredible, changing period. It's an unbelievable time, but we have to take advantage of the time that we're in. In our hands are technologies that our ancestors could scarcely have. I mean, they couldn't have even dreamt some of the things that we see today. And so rapidly they're produced. I mean, AI, 2 years ago, nobody ever heard of the term, and now everybody's talking about it. And it can have some very good purpose. It could also have some dangerous purpose, and for that we have to watch out. But some tremendous things are happening because of it. And we're leading by so much. We're doing so well. But opportunities that are bigger and grander than ever before in human history are right before us. It is the pioneers in this room. Many of you in this room are true pioneers. You're truly brilliant people.
So we'll see. I think there is, especially in Europe, and it's a left-wing thing too, a voracious appetite that is, well, just well known. This is what governments, what the state does. That they think it's our power, our authority, our ability to tax, to confiscate wealth straight up. Now, so many places are talking about taxing unrealized gains on assets. Absolutely crazy. Crazy stuff. That's even beyond, say, upping capital gains taxes. And they're obsessed with this bureaucratic, top-down, centralized Tower of Babel that they want to create in North America and across Europe and across the world. And it's not really a surprise to me that so many Europeans in the upper echelon, in the bureaucracy, have much more fealty to the Chinese model than to, say, a classical American model. It's just how they see the world. They see it through the eyes of the state. But instead, if we can get back to sound traditions in our cultures, and we can unleash the ingenuity, the innovation, the insight of free people being allowed to have a go at it, whether they rise or fall. And yeah, there's going to be some assistance too in this huge arms intelligence race, whatever is going on right now. I think there's a lot more going on than people are being told publicly about that technological race, as you heard Trump allude to there. But what choice will Europe make? Because America's made its choice. They made that choice in 2024, but what choice will the Europeans actually make going forward further into the 21st century? I don't think they're going to answer it quite well, but we'll see. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know, go.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Right to the phones, and let's talk to Austin Barenko with Invista Advisors. Hey, Austin, how you doing today?
Having a great week, Joey. How are you?
Life is all right. They're like little gremlins, technically. Like we're having technical difficulties over here at the station, but I'm powering through. Let's tell folks about it, Invista Advisors, and some of the angles, ways that you can help folks out there create those long-term financial plans.
Yeah, I'd love to. At Invista Advisors, we're a registered investment advisory, and we can really handle any of your financial needs, but we always start with a plan. So if you've never had a professional financial plan put together that details, all the income that you or your household generate, all the expenses that you have, all the outstanding liabilities, all the assets that you have into one, concise statement and presentation, we'll always leave with a plan like this. And then once we have a game plan in place that maps out the future for your retirement or putting kids through college or taking care of aging parents, we can actually help manage some of the assets that you have. And we've got a committee of 6 that are well qualified and have managed the industry for several decades, large portfolios. And so if that's something that any listeners would like to talk about, please give us a call.
And that number is still 387-0094?
That's us.
Start that conversation today, folks. Again, that's 387-0094. You can always learn more at InvistaAdvisors.com, but however you get in touch with them, be sure to tell them you heard Austin Barenko on the radio with Joey Clark.
Awesome. Thank you, Joey.
Appreciate it, Austin. 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on the conversation, or 334-272-9228. I guess Verizon customers have to dial the whole area code and stuff, even if it's local number to local number. Oh, how things are changing so swiftly. Coming up, though, there is more from the Economic Forum, from the president himself, as well as a lot of the, back and forth from all the crypto people, all the Bitcoin people. A lot of energy around that at the World Economic Forum as the United States is trying to get more and more done in that regard. In fact, Trump's saying he wants Congress to hurry up. Get that done so I can sign that market structure bill. I think that would be great to get into. Maybe I might just, or I could just suggest it now, look up a guy named Jesse James West. You know, the competition to see who's stronger between tall, strong, bodybuilder women, giant women, and strong dwarf men. And the outcome is, well, I'll leave it to you to watch. It's quite something. Like, these are some big old ladies. I don't mind it, actually, after watching the video. And these are some little dudes, but they are strong, like squatting over 500 pounds. So it's quite the competition. It's quite entertaining to watch, and you might not be surprised who actually wins in the end. But giant women against dwarf men. Who wins in a test of strength and lifting and athleticism? We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The eyes of the world are on Davos, Switzerland, as President Trump arrives at the World Economic Forum amid the Greenland controversy. The president's arrival was delayed by a few hours by a minor electrical issue aboard Air Force One. At the summit, along with economic matters, the president will talk with skeptical NATO allies about his proposal to annex Greenland. The Great Lakes snow machine working overtime as icy Arctic air invades the region, bringing dangerously cold temperatures. Snow measured in feet in some places, parts of the mid-Atlantic and points south, bracing for cold, snowy weather as well later in the week. One of those at the center of the firestorm over immigration enforcement in Minneapolis is defending ICE operations in the city, saying those operations being done strictly by the book. On Wall Street, Dow futures 42 points higher. More details, srnnews.com.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho. And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Schimbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Schimbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We'll start out with today's forecast, which is quiet. Clouds are on the increase, but a dry day, milder. High temperature up to about 60. Risk of some spotty showers begins in the overnight hours tonight and Thursday, and a better chance on Friday, with highs in the upper 50s to near 60 tomorrow and Friday. Then Saturday, rain becomes likely by the afternoon, more likely Saturday night into Sunday, but is it just rain? Everybody talking about this potential winter storm over the deep south this weekend, especially over the northern part of the state, but will we see any winter weather impacts here locally over the weekend? It's not out of the question. We'll know more as we get closer. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. A Montgomery restaurant owner has lost his business license due to non-payment of taxes. The Montgomery City Council voted unanimously Tuesday to revoke Cedric Sanders' license for his business, Can a Brother Get a Slice? Sanders was not present at the meeting, but did appear before the council 2 weeks ago wearing a gladiator helmet. Legendary. Governor Kay Ivey released the 2025 New and Expanding Industry Report on Tuesday. The annual report listed 234 projects from last year that totaled more than $14.6 billion in capital investments, the highest total in state history. The report includes $3.6 billion in direct foreign investment projects. Montgomery Symphony Orchestra has been awarded a $25,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. The funding is from NEA's Celebrating America 250 project honoring American heroes. The grant will support the performance of A Time for Jubilee, which will premiere at the Davis Theater on February 9th. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368. An equal housing lender.
Attention River Region business owners. Local counties are now inspecting and enforcing backflow prevention requirements. Headley Plumbing is fully certified to install, repair, and test backflow preventers, helping you stay compliant and avoid costly violations. We've been serving the River Region for decades with dependable professional service you can trust. No membership, no contract, just fair, reliable service. Call Headley Plumbing at 285-3667 or visit headleyplumbing.com. In our business, a flush beats a full house.
Headley Metal Buildings has been your source for quality metal buildings in the River Region since 2007. Carports up to 24 feet wide, RV covers, storage buildings, even a sturdy metal barn up to 54 feet wide. Your structure can be customized, installed on level ground, and comes with a 20-year warranty. Let Headley Metal Buildings help you find the perfect solution. Financing available. Call 285-3667 for details or find Headley Metal Buildings on Facebook.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Joey Clark.
There are those that think he is a very stable genius and others that think he's a madman and a terrible man and blah, 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 blah. You know, that's actually the secret to this world, folks. You must be polarizing or else nobody really pays much attention. If you're thoughtful, considerate, you hear all different angles of something, nobody cares. Nobody cares. But if you got that sizzle, even if you don't have the stake to back it up, if you got that sizzle, people will pay attention. And Donald Trump definitely has the sizzle. And this part made me very, very happy.
Financing, I'm also working to ensure America remains the crypto capital of the world. And to that end, last year, I signed the landmark Genius Act into law. Now Congress is working very hard on crypto market structure legislation, Bitcoin, all of them, which I hope to sign very soon, unlocking new pathways for Americans to reach financial freedom.
I would love to see them actually get that done. Actually get something like that done. And do it quick. And without the big banks essentially cutting everybody else out of the action. And apparently that is where the hang up in the fight is. You know, it was because of the de-banking policies of so many of the major financial players against the Trump family themselves that got the Trump family so deep into the cryptocurrency world, in particular with Bitcoin. They weren't able to get financing for hotels. They weren't able to get financing for all sorts of things just because, well, of the political game. Unfortunately, money isn't just money. Money is also a means of political control. Here is Eric Trump over there. I guess he's still running the Trump organization at Davos saying, well, what's the hang up here? Why is this taking so long?
I mean, the big banks have been an absolute monopoly over our financial system for years. You and I have joked about it 1,000 times. You know, why can't you send a wire transfer past 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon? You know why? Because the big banks would love to take, you know, hundreds of billions of dollars and have it sit there and clip interest off of it over the course of a long weekend, you know, as opposed to letting you just efficiently move that money using modern day technology and have it in a separate wallet 2 seconds later. They want to be able to use their money. They want to be able to arbitrage their money. And so, the big banks are doing everything they can to stop some of the crypto legislation for obvious reasons. Why should
Yep, they are. But I'm hoping the better angels of all these folks, it works out. Now, here is the crypto czar for the White House, hitting all our bases here. The crypto czar, David Sachs, he is predicting a big run-up in particular with Bitcoin, that once you see this regulation, the rules of the road actually set, that's when you're going to see the inflow of a lot of different big money players into the space. And in fact, I think some of the downward pressure, why Bitcoin's only sitting at 89, 87, whatever it is, 80 or 90 something, off of that high of 126,000 of Bitcoin, is because people are getting ready for the moment Sachs is going to describe here.
Everyone leaves a little bit unhappy, right? But I think what's going to happen is that after market structure passes, the banks are going to get fully into the crypto industry. So we're not going to have a separate banking industry and crypto industry. It's going to be one digital assets industry. And I think
will they be regulated
their opinions are going to evolve over time. And I bet you over time, the banks like the idea of paying yield because they're going to be in the stablecoin business.
But will they also be regulated the same way? And I guess that's a big, the banks will say, hey, if they get to do all the same things we do, how come they don't get regulated the same way?
Well, I guess because they're offering slightly different products, right? Yeah. So, but everyone offering the same product should be regulated in the same way. And we want to get to that harmonization.
Yeah, and they're working on it. You better work quick, though, and get ready for the big inflows. Let's go to line 1 here, 272-9228. You're on there. Who's us?
Soldier Boy.
Hey, what's up, man?
Am I echoing?
A little bit, but keep talking.
Okay. Is it my phone or your side?
No, it's us. Nothing frickin' works in here. Nothing. But how you doing today?
Including you?
Yeah, I don't work at all.
You said everything in here.
Yeah.
And you are part of everything in there.
Yes, that's true. You caught me. I'm impotent.
Okay. We knew that already. That's world news. Hey, question. I heard that local news that it was at that pizza joint, the guy that wore the gladiator helmet last city council.
Yeah, can a brother get a slice? Yeah.
Yeah, can a brother get a slice? Here's what I have a problem with, okay? I understand his issue, why they took his license away. But I want to know why they singled him out, because there are plenty of people on Craigslist, on Nextdoor Neighbor, they're on all these different websites that come into the city of Montgomery, people who cut grass every day in certain neighborhoods in Montgomery. They don't have business licenses, half of them.
I would say I agree with you that it's uneven enforcement, but I think in this case, this guy had notoriety and was making a good bit of money. Like, his pizza was awesome. Really, really, really good. So he was very popular, but he's always been a little bit of an odd duck. I would open at strange hours, whatever he wanted. Of course, showed up in a gladiator helmet to the city council meeting recent talking about this issue. But yeah, I think it's because word got out that this is a great spot and it got popular. And if you don't pay your taxes, I got a sense if you're making a lot of money, they're going to shut you down.
And when I worked for the city in a certain department, I used to talk to people, and they only had 2 or 3 people that went out and checked for business licenses that were current. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I said, is that enough? And they go, absolutely not. She said, there's plenty of people. We don't have 8 hours in a day, 5 days a week, and there's only 3 of us can go out there, and check for business licenses, So I just seen there's something fishy, or like you said, was he doing that great that?
I think he was.
He was. Wow.
If my pasty white ass knew about it, he's got great pizza.
Well. And I'll never know.
Man, I'm revealing too much about myself.
Well, it's just kind of interesting because, I'm a firm believer that, why select one person? Come out and say it. Okay, he had great pizza like you did, Joey, and he's making a good money.
Yeah.
But we don't know that for sure, though. That's hypothetical, right?
True. Yeah, you never know unless you're looking at the balance sheet.
And it's small business too. Am I right? I mean, it's a one-person business. It's not like a Domino's or Papa John's.
And,
or stuff
restaurants,
like
especially pizza, aren't exactly known for great profit margins. Restaurants are notoriously difficult.
No, they're not. Pizzas and restaurants, periods, are not known for their, and grocery stores are not either. And I was reading an article about it. They make 3 to 4% profit on their. I say, damn, I don't know how you can stay in business.
Right.
It's hard. But I just thought something didn't smell right. That wasn't kosher, and I'm not Jewish, So
no, I think it's a combination of the guy is larger than life. He's quite a character, got notoriety, and then I suspect, I don't know for a fact, but I would guess that he wasn't exactly the most cooperative behind the scenes either. So, I mean, to pull a license like this in this way, it must be a lot of money by city standards.
Well, I know that they had an issue with that, where the guy that used to be, was it the Greek place on Atlanta Highway?
Mm-hmm. Mr. G's, Mr. Gus.
Yeah, Mr. Gus's, before he passed away, and he sold his business. They had several businesses that have gone through there, and a couple of them had issues with paying, their taxes.
Oh, yeah, there's several, and to your point, there are a lot of folks that are kind of off the radar that are making a good bit of money, cash money.
And are they just thinking they're not going to get caught?
Yes.
Here's my question. Is he collecting it? And I can understand if he's not charging me 10% on the pizza, okay? I can understand it, because he's not making anything, and that's his way of revolting against the government in the process, okay? It's the system. I understand that. I can't give you something, I ain't collecting it. But when you collect it and not give it where you're supposed to, then I got a problem then, because that's like falsehood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's a big problem if you're lying about it. So, I don't know. I think it's sad, because he was a great joint. It was great food. But
Well, I just hate to see, entrepreneurs and small business person not be given all the... what shocked me was he didn't even show up last night.
Yeah, I think he is, again, he's an odd duck. Not saying he's a bad guy or a good guy. I'm saying he's different.
But he still got it. I mean, Soldier Boy could have showed up in a toga and some flip-flops. I would have represented him.
Sure. No, and maybe he knew the die was cast. He knew this was sort of there's no more fighting it. It was coming down.
Well, then he shouldn't have made arrangements and agreements. That's why he got himself in the first time.
Right. This is why where we're at. I think there was just lack of communication and odd behavior.
Well, I guarantee you, Joey, if me and you got in our little, and you got in your little, was it a K5? You got a 5, right?
Yes.
K5, not a 4, a 5. And we go and drive around Montgomery. You'd be surprised how many expired or people that don't have business licenses that are fully running and operating. Be surprised.
Well, if we don't have enough people enforcing it, that's how it's going to be. I appreciate the call, man.
That's true. I was shocked, too. Only 2 people. Thanks. Bye.
Later, dude. 272-9228. Again, that's 334-272-9228. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Crawdad.
Hey, Crawdad. How you doing?
Gentleman mentioning Dimitri Polizos, he would know a little bit about all this stuff because, his job not running a restaurant, but also very much plugged into big, good Montgomery.
Yes.
So I hope Cedric, man, he's an interesting person. And
those are some of the best people. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just being on the up and up and on the right side of the government when it comes to taxes is... You got to, unfortunately, in this day and age, you got to do that.
When they get back in business and he's selling pizza, you can even have somebody deliver it to your house.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
This YouTube video I promoted a little earlier where it's like they got these tall, like 6 women taller than me, like these Amazons, giant women, muscular bodybuilding, athletic women against very strong dwarf men, like little people.
Uh-huh.
Who do you think won a competition of strength and athleticism, like wrestling and weightlifting and tug of war? Who do you think won that competition?
The Amazon women.
Nope.
What?
These little dudes are strong, man. And try to wrestle one of them, the center of gravity is too low.
Am I supposed to go on YouTube and look at something?
Yeah, Jesse James West, giant women versus dwarf men. And
Oh, my God.
it's hilarious.
Now, does that have anything to do when you used to do the Mighty Boosh?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something about the Mighty Boosh that you used to talk about?
No,
sometimes?
no relation to the Bush.
Oh, I have no idea what that is. But now you're talking about midgets wrestling with Amazon women, right?
There's one of the contests was wrestling, like who can get you out of the space first.
Oh, my.
And then another was like deadlifting and squat, and I think bench, like the combo of those, who had the highest amount.
Wow.
Another was a tug of war contest. Now I think the Amazon women did pretty good on the tug of war because you have more leverage with the long legs, right? But
that's funny. Thank you, Joey.
you're welcome. Look it up. Seriously, look it up. It's quite entertaining to behold. 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on whatever the conversation is. Now, here's the president at Davos. Again, I think he's in his element. Oh, he's not a very stable genius. Oh, he's tired or he's erratic and he's destroying all that's good and beautiful and wonderful in the world. Okay, you can feel that way. I don't agree with you. I think you're a moron. I mean, you might even be intelligent, but on this, you are a moron. I don't think you understand how the game's being played anymore. But here is Trump praising the guy. I don't know how many jobs this guy has now. But Marco Rubio may go down as, well, I'll let Trump say it.
I became a diplomat for the first time. Well, you know who taught me that? Marco Rubio. He said, let me teach you about diplomacy. Hey, any guy that gets approved by 100% of the votes, think of it. He got liberal Democrats and radical right Republicans to approve him. He's the only one. The next one was like lost 45 votes, right? But he got all 100 votes voting for him. And at first I wasn't happy about it. I said, wait a minute, I don't like that. And now it turns out that the Democrats probably wish they didn't do that. And Marco has been fantastic. Marco, stand up, please. You have done a great job as Secretary of State. He's going to go down as the best Secretary of State.
Yeah. And he might. I mean, a lot of this is up in the air. Like I was saying the other day, Trump and team have a chance to do world historic things, major shifts in the global scene as we celebrate America's 250th birthday. But of course, even if you think they're on the right track, it can always go wrong. And the Democrats will be there to be like, yeah, we suck, but they suck worse. So vote for us because we'll give you a bunch of free stuff and like we have compassion and our hearts work or something like that. I can't even with the left these days. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's us?
Joey?
Hi, TS. How are you?
I'm interesting as ever. For the people that are wanting to watch the midget,
yes,
the midget gals are coming to the bottom in Prattville, Alabama, if y'all want to go see the midget, the girl midget.
I think they prefer little people or like dwarves these days, but you can say midget.
Okay, I don't mean to be ugly.
I know
Whatever
you don't. I heard your
are,
tone. It was a very friendly tone.
The little people are coming to the bottom in Prattville. If anybody wants to go watch them and see them and enjoy them.
What are they doing there?
Dancing and doing whatever the little people do. They're entertaining.
Well, I mean, they do like what other people do, I'd imagine.
Yeah, they're putting on a show.
So there are going to be small people, dwarves, performing and dancing at the bottom.
At the bottom in Prattville. It's coming up.
Now, were you surprised that the dwarf men beat the Amazon women in this contest of strength?
Yes.
I was too. But, you know, sometimes men just got that edge, even if they're little.
Well, yeah, they do. And the thing about the pizza guy, that pizza was superb.
Yeah. Oh, can a brother get a slice? I'm like, yeah. Can a honky get a slice? Come on.
Yeah, bring me the whole pizza, please. But anyway, I was just reaching out. Y'all have a good day.
You too, T.S. Thank you for the PSA about the little people, midgets performing or something like that. 272-9228. Again, if you want to get in on the conversation, that's 334-272-9228. Where's Eddie? Thought he was going to be here a little bit after 12 noon. Where's Eddie? I don't even know. But again, you know, President Trump was in a a rare mood. And at one point, this was an interview he gave before he headed off to Switzerland, where he is asked by, I guess, Katie Pavlich of News Nation about the Venezuela raid and certain weaponry that was used in the Venezuela raid.
Speaking of Venezuela, there was a weapon used, a sonic weapon, that took out many of the Cuban bodyguards that were used to defend Maduro. Lots of people saw the details about that weapon and were concerned. Is that something that Americans should be afraid of, something the United States is combating?
Yeah. It's something I don't want anybody else has it. We have weapons about. And I say it's probably good not to talk about them, but we have some amazing weapons. That was an amazing attack. Don't forget, that house was in the middle of a fort, an army base, a big one, a lot of soldiers, and they came in and we lost nobody.
So yes, and by the way, he repeated this on the World Economic Forum stage. That we have weapons nobody knows about. And this is why we're going to get Greenland and build the Golden Dome. Bibi Netanyahu takes credit for the dome. No, Bibi, we built the dome. These are literal things he said today. Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
You gotta love Trump, right? You know, this is Papa B.
Hey, Papa B.
So, I mean, he's just in a class by himself, dude. Nobody is even close in terms of a president to me. I guess Teddy Roosevelt might have been
fair
in that same genre, you know. But maybe, yeah. But I mean, only in by the history books that I can read. But anyway, so you know, you've got to know that all of these little beef, like NATO and Davos and you know the World Economic Forum and you know the disease. What is it? The World Disease Center, whatever it's called.
World Health Organization.
They all get all of their money from us. They all get all of their money from us. We are the ones that pay the check. And so if we're not writing the check, they're going to be upset. That's the reason they're all, you know, in a twist about it all. Trump has decided, look, you're not going to get any money anymore. And so they're raising a ruckus, kind of like the folks that stormed in the church the other day, you know.
No, it's amazing how quickly, in particular, the French and the Canadians go, well, we'll just go work with China then. And it's like, okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
We always
go
knew
ahead.
it. We knew it.
Go
You
ahead,
socialists.
Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead, be my guest. It's kind of like one of those episodes on the old Star Trek movies, Next Generation, whatever it was. Yeah. And Picard, you know, this guy made a threat. Well, we're going to make a deal with the Ferengi. And Picard said, well, go ahead. I hope you're as tasty as their last meal.
By the way, you folks, go watch old Star Trek. If you have Paramount Plus, go watch Next Generation, the original series. Even watch Voyager or Deep Space Nine, also great. Because apparently the new stuff they're putting out is utter dog crap, flaming bags of poo. They're ruining Star Trek. And it's just like, what are y'all doing with the woke crap? Stop it.
Yeah, always. Oh, well, got to throw a transvestite in there.
Right.
You know.
Well, and Star Trek's always been
everybody's safe.
Star Trek's always been quote unquote progressive, and that's fine. Like, fine.
Sure.
But it's gotten to the point of like where it's just not good. Like, you're ruining what is the great series. It's like, who is this obese person that can't even see the oh, I need my glasses. You're in the 32nd century. Haven't you figured out you can't see? Geordie LaForge had he was blind. Like,
that's crazy.
It's just awful.
I haven't even seen the new stuff, and now I know I don't want to.
You don't.
But anyway, so all of these little organizations, they're being defunded. So yeah, they're going to be upset and do whatever they can. I mean, what can Canada and France do with China? Nothing, because they're there to sell. China's there to sell. They're not there to buy.
Yeah. And sell until you are so dependent that you, good luck getting out from under their thumb.
Exactly. So, the other thing is, when is the last time anybody remembers where we were all in a tizzy about raising the debt ceiling and having to, worry about, running out of money all of a sudden and having an emergency session? It's been a minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a second.
And so I'm thinking that maybe some of these savings that Trump and company are bringing back home, along with the tariffs, and that's another thing that's getting them all upset, is starting to pay off a little bit, to where we're not always up against the daggum wall when it comes to money. And why should we be? Why should we be the one that's funding all this banana stuff going on everywhere?
Right.
It's not up to us.
Well, it's because your grandparents did it and your great-grandparents. It's like, I don't care. Like, it was a different world. Like, it's a new time, guys.
Right. Have you ever heard of the 16-year plan, the New World Order 16-year plan thing?
No.
The Great Restart or whatever.
Or Great Reset, and then what the Agenda 21 stuff and all the, and for all the stuff I've heard, working in this job for over a decade about global governance, I've learned not to buy into it because they're a bunch of weenies. There's no way they're actually going to take over the world. They don't know what they're doing. They haven't, Trump is revealing that, by the way. They have nothing.
Well, if they would, if you let them, they will.
Sure.
If you sit down and don't do anything, they will. Trump's just not doing it, and the American people aren't doing it, so thank goodness for that. But, this is just, I've heard it. I don't know whether it's true or not, the so-called 16-year plan. So this was their big, scheme. Obama comes in. He does all these changes, including taking the guns, and then Hillary comes in for the cleanup on the last 8 years there, gets us into a world war. That, I believe, by the way. I don't think there's any doubt that they've been trying to get us into either a civil war or a world war or both. And I think they're still trying to work that plan, even though, well,
they'd like to get back to it.
Now.
Yeah, they're very off schedule. And I think Trump and Vance and Rubio have their own 16-year plan in the works. If you pull something like that off, talk about major history. But, some people call me Donald. Some people call me Don, who've known me for a while. Some people call me Mr. President. But Hillary calls me Glass Ceiling. You're welcome, Hillary.
Thank you, Mr. President Trump, for being the glass ceiling for Hillary Clinton, because Lord have mercy if we had gotten her. Oh, my gosh. That would have just been awful.
It would have.
So, anyway. All right, guys. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you, Papa B. Again, 272-9228. Let's go to line 2. You're on there. Who's this? Hello, anybody there?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are y'all today?
I'm all right.
I'm just calling to ask why America, the man was just speaking about all the money that we give away, and Trump has stopped it. But we keep giving so much money to Israel when they don't support true Christian values.
Well, I think because you have a lot of Christian Zionists and dispensationalists, and they think Israel, the covenant that was once promised is still on. There's definitely that aspect from Americans' point of view. But honestly, and some people that I know who have been wanting to cut off all foreign aid have been a little surprised, but I'm not. I've been reading in between the lines. Even the Israelis now are saying, you know what, we probably need to have a lot more independence from the United States and not rely. And so I say good riddance. Let's stop it with the money flows.
Yes, sir. And the Jewish people make up such a large influence on our banking system and our politics, and many of our Congress people, senators, many people in the White House staff have dual citizenship with Israel. That's quite suspicious to me.
Well, I I hear where you're coming from, but I don't think I share that view. I would call myself a de facto Zionist in the sense that there are some good claims to that part of the world. They won a bunch of wars there, and I still want them to use them as a trading partner. If I look at the demographic breakdown of Jewish folks in different industries, I'm not deeply disturbed or worried about that at all.
Yeah, I would love to go see Jerusalem or the Holy Land, but I'm
well, and without the
afraid
Jewish
I would be
traditions,
treated like
what
a
are
Palestinian.
we as Christians?
We are followers of Christ, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
And he's the
and we
fulfillment
believe
of the
love
law
and
and the
peace.
prophets, so we kind of need the law and the prophets beforehand.
Jesus came and did away with the old laws, and he said he was the law. He was the way and the truth and the life.
He didn't say didn't he explicitly say, "I did not come to abolish the law, but to fulfill the law"?
That law of prophecy, that he would come and forgive us of sin.
Yes, it'd be the final sacrifice. It wouldn't. You don't need the sacrificial system. You don't need all these other things.
Yes.
Right. But a lot of he doesn't make sense. His fulfillment, what Jesus offers us in the promises of everlasting life he offers us, make no sense if you don't have the laws and the prophets. And I think any good Christian should want to welcome in our Jewish brothers and sisters through persuasion to that understanding.
There's just many practices that they believe in, like they study out of the Talmud, I believe is the correct name.
Yes, it's post-temple Judaism. It's a collection of long debates between the rabbis.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Well, Artie, I appreciate you talking with me about it. I was just curious what other people's stance on it was.
Okay. Well, appreciate the call, man.
Yes, sir. You have a blessed day.
You too. Let's go to line 3. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, it's Clark.
Hey, Clark.
So let's see. I have things. No, I have 3. 1, you were talking about Donald Trump. Some people call me Donald. Some people call me Don. Some people call me Mr. Trump. The next time he does that, he needs to end with some people call me Maurice because I speak of the pompatus of love. That'll drive him crazy. Number 2, can a brother get a slice guy, the gladiator helmet wearing fella? I'm sorry, I don't have his name. But do you remember when Michael Jackson bought the Elephant Man skeleton?
No. When was this?
You don't remember that?
Well, I might have been a child, if not.
You might have. Yeah, I'm probably a little bit older. Michael Jackson bought the Elephant Man skeleton, paid $100,000 for it. And somebody a couple years after the fact said to him, Michael, why on earth did you spend $100,000 on that guy's bones? He said, I spent $100,000 and I got about $10 million worth of publicity out of it. Now, can a brother get a slice guy? I'd never heard of him before. I live 200-something miles away, but I know who he is now. I will allow for the possibility the man's a genius.
That's possible.
Now, the last thing. Let's take the statement Donald Trump is wrecking and dismantling the world and make that a true statement. Donald Trump is, in fact, wrecking and dismantling the World Economic Forum. He is doing that. All this globalism is another form of Marxism, and Marxism has never, ever failed. It has succeeded everywhere it's ever been instituted. The only failure with Marxism is to understand the objective. And it's not to provide the utopia. That's the lie with which they sell it. What it's designed to do is concentrate tremendous power in the hands of a very few at the very many.
Yes.
That's the whole goal of the World Economic Forum. It's not to make your life better. It's not so you won't have to own anything and be happy. It's so they can own everything and be very happy. And Donald is throwing a serious monkey wrench into that, and the wailing and gnashing of teeth is going to get a lot worse here directly.
I love it.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
I think I'm one of those. think you are too, Clark.
Oh, well, I said a couple weeks ago on the Venezuela thing, somebody said he was playing fifth dimensional chess or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I get that analogy. But he's really playing galactic checkers, okay?
Okay.
Because when you look at what he achieved to Hamas, to Iran, to the Chinese, to Russia, to our price for fuel, it was jump, 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 king me. Jump, 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 jump. And they didn't have any checkers left on the board. And I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. It's fascinating to watch this guy, thinking all the way back to 2015 and where we are today in American politics. Just the determination of one person. I mean, a lot of people joining him to see it through, but the vision and determination of one person, how it can change everything.
Yes, sir. Well, I think what we have to constantly remind ourselves of is you and I, we, the patriotic American people, we're on board. Now, the vast majority of our elected representation, or supposed to be representation, they're going to give lip service so long as it is a political necessity. And the minute they think they can go back to business as usual, that's what's going to happen. But anyway,
well,
y'all keep doing what you do, and I'll keep listening.
Appreciate you, Clark. Again, 272-9228 if you want to get in on the conversation. We'll be right back after this break.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector.
That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig?
No, but it looks like you do.
And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich?
What's that?
I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man.
You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist?
That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE.
You know, I've heard a lot of the good things about David Ernest.
You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience.
Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold.
That's right, man.
And I can see that you don't have very much experience.
What do you mean, man?
Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach.
Yeah, man. Well, I want to start out small and then kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich.
Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first.
You think he's got a shovel?
Never know till you ask.
I dig, man.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Hello, everyone. Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Wiley Sanders Truck Lines.
Go to work for a family that puts God and family first. Wiley Sanders is looking for experienced dump truck drivers. Call them today, 877-9785. Drive for Wiley Sanders Truck Lines and be part of the family.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We'll start out with today's forecast, which is quiet. Clouds are on the increase, but a dry day, milder. High temperature up to about 60. Risk of some spotty showers begins in the overnight hours tonight and Thursday, and a better chance on Friday with highs in the upper 50s to near 60 tomorrow and Friday. Then Saturday, rain becomes likely by the afternoon, more likely Saturday night into Sunday, but is it just rain? Everybody talking about this potential winter storm over the deep south this weekend, especially over the northern part of the state, but will we see any winter weather impacts here locally over the weekend? It's not out of the question. We'll know more as we get closer. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
We're redesigning financial freedom at CB&S Bank. Make purchases at participating stores and restaurants using your CB&S Bank debit card through your mobile devices with Mobile Wallet. Charges and fees may apply from your cellular service provider. Contact your service provider for more information. Member FDIC.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now, from a lot of those calls there, like the international institutions so pissed off at us for not carrying the bill and carrying their weight and our weight at the same time, that we want to reset the deal on the global stage of the United States of America, that's going on. You heard the call about funding to Israel, in particular for military affairs. There really is a convergent developing agreement, a convergent interest of let's stop this. We can change this up. And part of that might have to do with, and this plays both together, is Trump's Board of Peace. Now, apparently it came out this morning because a lot of the Europeans were like, well, we can't do that. It's like, well, y'all have had 80 years to try to solve the so-called two-state solution, and yet you've just gotten more war and mayhem. And the effect has been Israel takes more land, and the Palestinian leadership gets more money, and yet their people are fed like mushrooms, fed crap in the dark, intellectually and in terms of material prosperity. So the Europeans, for a long time, and a lot of American administrations, y'all have had your chance. We're going to try a different approach. And so, Trump's Board of Peace looks like the foreign ministers of Saudi Arabia, despite the Europeans being like, oh, we don't want to do this, we don't do that, we don't like bullies, and why do we have to pay, and why is Donald the king of this stuff? Because he's the president of the United States, and you're not. That's why. But this is not fair or equitable. Well, shove your equity up your ass. Seriously. If you were in this position, if the French essentially had some Napoleon figure, they would be lording it over people too. And probably in a lot worse ways than what the president is currently doing. Give me a frickin' break. Because the British Empire, the British Empire was so friendly and never lorded it over anybody. And the thing is, you might feel like you're being lorded over, but it ain't what it used to be. In fact, we're being very nice, very measured. So that's why he gets to be head honcho. Despite what the Europeans are saying, oh, how dare you bring the Russians in on an international, board that's going to try to create peace in the Middle East. With all that nonsense going on, the foreign ministers of Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Indonesia, which I believe Indonesia is the most populous Muslim nation on earth, Pakistan. Remember when people had to say it that way? To be correct or something? Qatar, which has also been Qatar or Qatar, or however you say that, and the United Arab Emirates, they all issued a joint statement together welcoming their invitation from Donald J. Trump for their leaders to join his Board of Peace as they go into phase 2 of this peace development deal. That's a great sign. You have the Muslim nations of the world on board, leaving out, I guess, Iran. But is Iran really a Muslim nation? Just because you can kill thousands in the streets and repress folks? I guess they are. It's a Muslim theocracy. But it's also, it ain't like all the Sunni states I just named out in many ways, with a few exceptions. But that's a great sign. And believe you me, the Israelis, especially the right wing in Israel, does not like what Trump is forcing everybody in to do, forcing everybody to the table. No, the Greater Israel Project ain't happening. We're not going to continue to allow you to do this. Now, could everything just blow up all of a sudden? Yes, that's always a potential thing to happen. And it's been happening for generations now in the modern era. Not to mention, it's just world history over and over and over again. You think you've found peace, and then God has other plans. But at least this guy is actually driving this home. So again, the four ministers of Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Egypt, Jordan, Indonesia, Pakistan, Qatar, whatever, the United Arab Emirates, and also, isn't it like Turkey now? They're spelling it different because it's too much of like the Thanksgiving meal here in America. Anyway. Here's Trump at the World Economic Forum saying we might, in fact, have peace in the Middle East. I think we're going to have it. Let's listen in.
I mean, I think we have peace in the Middle East. There are some little situations like Hamas, and Hamas has agreed to give up their weapons. Now, you know, they were born with a weapon in their hand, so it's not easy to do. When they were born with a rifle in their hand. It's not an easy thing for them, but that's what they agreed to. They've got to do it. And we're going to know, Jared, over the next 2 or 3 days, certainly over the next 3 weeks, whether or not they're going to do it. If they don't do it, they'll be blown away very quickly. They'll be blown away. You know, we have 59 countries that are part of that whole peace deal. And some of those countries aren't even they're near the Middle East, but they're not in the Middle East traditionally. And they want to come in and take out Hamas. They want to come in. They want to do whatever they can. There's a problem with Hezbollah in Lebanon, and we'll see what happens there. But that's a problem. But there are these little flames, but there's peace in the Middle East. I mean, I think we have peace in the Middle East. There are some...
If he pulls it off, again, all this stuff, all these balls he's juggling, or something like that, maybe not the best analogy. Well, the plates he's spinning, or we can go back to balls being juggled. Whatever. All the things he has, all the irons in the fire, pick your metaphor. If he pulls off most of them, if not all of them, it's going to be remarkable to behold. And yet there will still be people who find a way to not like it, criticize it. How dare the economy grow? How dare you actually got a lasting peace in the Middle East? How dare you ended a war between Ukraine and the Ruskies? How dare you made the Europeans actually start carrying their weight? How dare you up to American manufacturing and America's industrial base? How dare you made real wages go up month after month after month? How dare you, sir? And though it is rude to psychoanalyze people you don't know, I think there is underlying a lot of the hate for Trump is that you don't hate Trump, you hate Dad. Or possibly your ex-husband. This part of the program brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. And they're at Alabama Home Mortgage, Kim Williams and Kim and Madeline Cannon. They can help you out with buying a home here in the new year, as that's another thing happening. Mortgage rates are coming down, slowly but surely. Down from those big old highs. And there are, in fact, a lot of folks, maybe you initially finance at 7% or higher. When you're looking at these new rates falling, could now be the time for you to refinance? To give you a little more breathing room, maybe to get debt off your back, credit card debt. Another thing Trump's working on, by the way, those interest rates that are just killing folks. But, you know, an interest rate on your mortgage at, say, 7%, just being, reasonable, maybe a little lower, that's a heck of a lot better rate than 29%, 30-something%, these APRs on credit cards. Or maybe you're looking to bring down monthly overhead costs, make your retirement fund last. Or it could be just want to reinvest in yourself or your property. And, of course, if you're looking to downsize, buy a smaller place, or upsize with that growing family, buy that big old dream home, this is the year to do it. But you need to get Alabama Home Mortgage to guide you through the process from pre-approval all the way to closing day. best folks in town. Give them a call today at 567-4223. That's 567-4223. Or you can always apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. Oh, and before I tell you that there is a difference in mortgage companies, because there is, they don't just do Alabama, though that's in the name. I think they also do Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee as well. So if you got folks, family, friends in those states, recommend Alabama Home Mortgage. Again, there is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender. You showed up just in time to call your best friend after I hit this break. And before I hit the break, I want you to try one of those. Milt, promoting the Jewish Food Festival, brought that by. That is a Carnegie Deli cheesecake, chocolate-covered cheesecake bite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those are amazing.
You don't want these back, do you?
You can. I ate 2 or 3 of them. I don't need more. They're
Wow,
so
Joey.
good.
That's delicious.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Want that ride that is fun, affordable, and street legal? Check out ETG Outdoors in Montgomery. They have huge discounts on electric golf carts with many brand new units under 10 grand. New and used inventory, financing available, and they service what they sell. ETG Outdoors even provides lithium battery conversions and free delivery with purchase. Whether it's for the neighborhood, the farm, or just fun, ETG Outdoors, 7006 Vaughn Road, or online at etgoutdoors.com. Cruise smarter, drive electric. ETG Outdoors, your ride to freedom starts here.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back to the program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader in the studio. If you didn't hear him eating his cheesecake,
Man, those
bite
are good.
earlier. Those
You
are
got another
really
bag of
good.
those?
Nah, man, we went through them. Jay had a couple. I
Wow.
do. Like,
Oh, I got to get with Jay too. But
thank
yeah.
you, Milt.
Thank you very much. So when is that Greek food festival?
February the 22nd, I think, a Sunday. Get there. They do it at 11, but get there a little early.
Oh, I
'cause
bet.
It's going to be packed. And they're making a lot of great food, and they're going to do instead of a treasure market like lightly used goods, they're going to do a local artist showcase
Oh, that's
where you
pretty
can
cool.
buy from local artists.
Oh, that's really cool.
Pretty cool idea. Let's go to Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, life is swell. What's the score there today at Cohen's?
It's like 21 to zip.
All right.
Sent Michael Jacks down to South Montgomery. Had a customer with a farm that they wanted one TV to put one signal to play on 3 TVs. So he had to run a lot of wires and get everything finagled so that all that would work. And then I had a guy that came in looking for a 75-inch TV to get mounted on his wall. Turns out the man, he was older man, but he worked with my uncle when my uncle was alive with vending machines. And my uncle's been gone for probably a good 15 or 20 years. So I don't know how long ago they worked, but he got a nice Samsung 75-inch, and Michael Jackson and Helper rush into Wetumpka to get that mounted on the man's wall and hooked up to his Dish Network is what he's got.
Very cool.
So, yeah, it's been a good day.
Yeah, I like hearing that because, folks, I've had the experience myself of the delivery of the 85-incher and Michael Jackson setting it up, and like he was ready to sit there and put in my password and credentials to every app, and I'm like, I'm 35 years old, man. You don't. Thank you for doing that for other customers that do need it, but that's how tentative they are.
Well, and that's the whole thing is he wants to do everything to the nth degree because he wants the customer to have a good experience.
Right.
But he also wants to eliminate any reasons to have to go back. He does it.
Ain't his first rodeo.
Selfish reasons. Do it right the first time, and you don't have to go back.
Yep.
And when you do go back, you're going back because they want to add something or do another TV over here or something. So it always works out better, to do it to the nth degree when you're there.
Well, folks, y'all check out Cohen's Electronics and Appliances today. You can always go to thinkcohens.com or I suggest stop by 2515 Eastern Boulevard here in Montgomery, open 9 to 6 Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And find Michael and be sure to tell him, hey, I heard you on that radio show with Joey and Eddie.
That's right. Y'all come see us. Let us help you make the right choice for whatever your needs are, and have a great day and stay warm.
You too, Michael.
Appreciate you, Michael. Again, that's Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Final hour coming up.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The eyes of the world are on Davos, Switzerland, as President Trump arrives at the World Economic Forum amid the Greenland controversy. The president's arrival was delayed by a few hours by a minor electrical issue aboard Air Force One. At the summit, along with economic matters, the president will talk with skeptical NATO allies about his proposal to annex Greenland. The Great Lakes snow machine working overtime as icy Arctic air invades the region, bringing dangerously cold temperatures. Snow measured in feet in some places, parts of the mid-Atlantic and points south, bracing for cold, snowy weather as well later in the week. One of those at the center of the firestorm over immigration enforcement in Minneapolis is defending ICE operations in the city, saying those operations being done strictly by the book. On Wall Street, Dow futures 42 points higher. More details, srnnews.com.
Everybody loves the season of giving, but now the season of paying for it is upon us. That not-so-wonderful time of the year when millions of Americans open their credit card statements, stare in horror at the balance, and resolve then and there to find new ways to save money. If you're among those Americans, why not start by cutting your wireless bill in half right now with Pure Talk's Saver Plan? It's easy. You'll get unlimited talk, text, and 3 gigs of high-speed data on a super-fast, nationwide 5G network for just $20 a month. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe, and you'll save an additional 50% off your first month. Ho, ho, ho. And if you're active or former military or a first responder, you'll save an additional 20% every single month. That's pound 250. Say Mike Rowe for the gift that keeps on saving from America's wireless company.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by McPhillips Shinbaum.
My name is Aaron Luck, a partner with the law firm of McPhillips Shinbaum. If you or someone in your family has been seriously injured by the negligence of someone else, call me directly.
262-1911. Rich Thomas Weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We'll start out with today's forecast, which is quiet. Clouds are on the increase, but a dry day, milder. High temperature up to about 60. Risk of some spotty showers begins in the overnight hours tonight and Thursday, and a better chance on Friday with highs in the upper 50s to near 60 tomorrow and Friday. Then Saturday, rain becomes likely by the afternoon, more likely Saturday night into Sunday, but is it just rain? Everybody talking about this potential winter storm over the deep south this weekend, especially over the northern part of the state. But will we see any winter weather impacts here locally over the weekend? It's not out of the question. We'll know more as we get closer. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Del Rey to Publix.
1819 News.
U.S. Congressman Gary Palmer is weighing in on President Trump's efforts to acquire the country of Greenland from Denmark. Palmer was on FM Talk 106.5 out of Mobile talking with Jeff Poore.
I really don't think we want to take over Greenland, but at the same time, we can't let China come in and take it. And they will. They'll buy their way into it. That's what they've done in South America. There's no way Denmark can hold off China. China's not going to invade, but to just resist their will. So that's what we're trying to do, is protect our own region from further encroachment by the Chinese and the Russians, for that matter. Russia does have a legitimate claim because they are a near-Arctic nation.
I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Where I was living was not a great place to live anymore. I began to pray for a place to go, praying for all of these things that a 9-year-old would want. I wanted horses, big house with a bunch of people my age. I wanted parents. I wanted a mom and a dad. Before I even prayed it, the Lord had already answered my prayer with the Big Oak Ranch. Who would that 9-year-old be if she never came to the Big Oak Ranch? I would be trying to fight for survival instead of fighting to break a cycle.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
The Mobile City Council has rejected the proposition for a third ambulance service within the city. The vote was taken this past Tuesday and was unanimous among the city council members. An ambulance service out of Louisiana was requesting authorization from the city to provide transportation alongside Medevac and Newman's ambulance services. A report from the Mobile Fire and Rescue Department showed that the two services already in operation were able to meet the demand of 911 calls over the course of the past 6 months. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
There are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
This is the Trump country. We live in the Southeast. We drink sweet tea. We don't drink socialist Kool-Aid.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Bader here in the studio with me. And
hey, buddy.
I was telling you about a treat off air,
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I was previewing this earlier with some of the audience. I already revealed to some folks the outcome of this.
Okay.
But this is like a mashup because I'm sure it's like a 20-something minute video. I've seen this guy's stuff before. He does a great job with it. Jesse James West.
Okay.
Where I saw one thing where he decided to just become a marathon runner to try. He's great. He's a classic fitness YouTuber and he does great content.
Okay, I'll go with
but
that.
he's gotten into yes. But he's gotten into like pitting people against one another. Like, could strong women, like CrossFit women, beat normal men and all sorts of feats of strength? He's done several of these types of videos. Could Marines beat Army guys?
Andy Kaufman did that back in the day where he would wrestle.
That whole thing. With Jerry Lawler.
Yes.
Yeah. But this one.
Okay.
Let me see if I get this right exactly.
Good Lord.
This is...
You remember in Deuce Bigelow, that one line? That's a big old...
That's a huge...
Yeah.
Well, the competition is giant women, like bodybuilder women,
okay,
against very strong dwarf men, like little people. And they're going to do feats of strength.
Well, he can't be a dwarf, though. He's coming up to their shoulders.
No, he might be sitting down there.
Okay,
I don't know.
okay,
Let's see. I think, or it might be forced perspective. They're not that tall. Because that's crazy.
I would think if they're gigantic, they just kick that dwarf like a soccer ball.
Anyway, let's check this out together.
These are female giants. And they are the world's strongest dwarves. And they'll be competing in strength competitions, all to find out who is stronger.
You're going down.
Yeah. No, you're going down.
Go.
500 pounds that woman's squatting.
500 pounds?
Yeah. But then
585 pounds on the bar.
585 pounds.
He's not supposed to be clear.
Yep.
Good job, Zoe. Good job, Zoe.
Wow.
He's doing it again. One more. Two.
Come on, big dog.
Wow. One, go.
Okay, this is the wrestling competition.
Ooh, this is going to be interesting.
But also, you see this? Like the range of motion for the dwarf guy to squat is like nothing.
Nothing.
No, I mean, that woman squatting 500 pounds. I could not even get close to that.
The little guy's body weight. He's like an ant.
That is crazy. Crazy strong. Anyway, this is now wrestling, and I guess the point is to get out of that yellow circle that's around the ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just force them out, and it's what, like 3-on-3 or 4-on-4 or something to that effect. Let's see who wins.
Come on! Yo, Brick!
Oh!
Go! No way! No way!
They didn't just win, they destroyed
Yeah,
it.
they
So
did.
they won the squat competition, they won the wrestling.
But you'll notice the girls that they were standing there. They weren't attacking.
Well, also low center of gravity is kind of the name of the game.
I don't know, that one girl, she had low center of gravity. All she had to do was kind of squat down a little bit. And
Having a big ass is not the same thing as having a low
backing that
center.
thing up and squatting it down. It ain't going nowhere.
Now they've gone to the deadlift competition.
Come on. Crazy work. Yes.
All right, next one. You got this.
Big one.
Get
You
it,
got
girl.
this. Come on,
Her
girl.
delts are
Lorenzo's
amazing.
already at 4 plates right now. I think Brittany's stuck at 3. Easy,
She's
good.
stuck at 3 plates. Oh no.
Nope.
She
Hey, let's
can't
go.
deadlift 315?
That's shocking. I'm
Actually,
so
'cause
embarrassed for
she
her.
look at her arms.
I know she'd, dude, she looked like she'd toss us both around. I wonder if she would if we wanted to wrestle her too.
You know, we could invite some CrossFit folks over and see what happens.
They're gonna have to sign some disclosures. Yeah.
Anyway, impressive. Like
Very
I've been
impressive.
working out and working on it, and like.
How
but
tall
she-
do you think the tallest one is? About 6'3"?
Yeah, yeah.
She's a tall glass of water.
Let's keep going here.
Move over.
Lorenzo got it on his own. Emily decided to help Britt with her 315 deadlift. Emily and Brittany are going. I did not tell them they couldn't do this. We're going. Go!
Fireman carry.
Look
at him go!
Her arm's not even off the ground. Go! Winners! Winners!
He doesn't even come up to her waist. Her pants are taller than he is.
So you can of course watch the whole thing online, Jesse James West, but the dwarfs win.
Yeah, I could. That's surprising because I think those girls are just not aggressive enough. I mean, honestly, man, they could have picked up one dwarf at each hand and chucked them out of the ring if they wanted to.
I mean, that's definitely forced perspective. They're not that tall, and he's much closer to the camera than
Look
they
at the
are.
arms on that the girl to the far right, man. She's
Yeah, that's a big old woman,
dude.
It's a different day and age. You remember ever seeing women like that in your time?
Yeah, but they usually didn't have the breast. They usually.
That had gone away as the square jaw developed.
Yes, exactly. They,
Like
they
they're-
took from one and added
They're
to another.
literally on human growth hormone.
Yes.
And all sorts of other things.
Yep, that mustache coming in nicely.
But seriously, it's a different day and age. Like I remember old school wrestling.
Dude, in Millbrook, they used to have Jello wrestling not too long ago.
Jello wrestling.
Yeah, you never go to that? You know?
No, I've never been to a Jello wrestling thing.
pretty cool.
It sounds right up your alley.
It was awesome. It was awesome.
And apparently some little folks are going to come over and do like some dance routine TS told us about.
Oh, really?
At Vegas, yeah.
I did hear of. I think there's going to be some mini wrestlers coming to town. Somebody keeps hitting up my Facebook.
That might be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Anyway, even when the men are dwarves and the women are Amazonian giants, the men are better.
They are big women.
Anyway, I just wanted to cheer you up with that after your busy
here's
day.
another thought. If those women were not muscle, let's say instead of getting the muscle-bound women, they got 4 women, let's be honest, that are about 300 on the hoof and not in great shape, I bet they would have much more struggles.
With the big gals.
Yeah, I think the dwarves would struggle with the big gals.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
We're on the same page.
Yeah,
I see what you mean. That's
100%.
a lot of women to move.
Well, also, they don't like being attacked.
Well,
They're going
and
to be a little more aggressive.
One thing we didn't see there is the women, the giant women, clearly won the tug of war. And they did tug of war where you're like, you have a block with your feet on it.
Oh, yeah.
And so, they're taller, more leverage. Yeah, leverage. Right. But still, like, seeing the firemen carry?
Also notice, Joey, those girls have a ring on.
I don't know about that, man.
Putting it out there for you, buddy.
I don't know about that. That's a little much.
You wouldn't want a girl bigger than you?
Nah, man. I think that's a little much.
Why not? Dude, that's crazy. Why would you not
I
want
don't
that?
mind like a 5'2", like Jim Rat.
But you wouldn't
Jim
want to...
Batty muscle mommy thing. But like the like 6 foot something.
Come on, Joey, let's go.
Yeah. But then you're like 5 foot nothing, so it's kind of like, okay. But then like if it's somebody taller than me and more muscular than me, no, thank you.
So what you're saying is you're scared a girl's going to whoop your butt?
That's
what you're scared of?
That's only one of the many emotions.
All right, well, I guess so.
You know what I mean?
No, I like that. A big girl like that, when the sun is out, you can have some shade. When perhaps somebody's getting smart with you don't feel like dealing with it, you can get her to go take care of your little work. Yeah, man. Yeah. Car stuck in the snow.
Can we dance with your dates? It's like, well, ask her, man. Like, I ain't the one that's the enforcer. Let's go to line 1. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Thunder.
Hey, Thunder.
And I'm going to rattle a little bit about this. Now, let's have these guys, these little short dudes, get in the same dressing room with the women. How fast do you think those women would encourage them to leave the dressing room?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that is why men do not need to be in the dressing room. I don't care if they're effeminate. The soy boys.
Wait. We play this amazing YouTuber fitness clip, and you're on the trans thing now?
Well, I'm going to put it at an equal situation. You put all of them in the same dressing room and see who comes out on top.
I got a feeling those little dudes are coming running out of there.
It's not. These little dudes are not taking the trans hormone.
Oh, no.
These little dudes are taking care of their bodies and are doing what is necessary to make themselves as healthy and as strong as possible.
Glad they are.
They are not the wimps that walk into the ladies' restroom. They're not the guys that say they want to be women, but they ain't doing nothing about what's underneath that skirt. Because what they really want to do is just be a damn pervert.
Amen.
There's a lot of them out there.
Yes, there are.
And we need to get rid of the damn pervert. Period. I don't care how you do it. Does not matter to me.
Okay.
I know what I would do. It would not be pleasant for the pervert. But that
Like,
is
is
what
you
needs
thinking
to
like a
be done
Bobbit
if we need to
situation
get rid
here,
of
or
them. I'm sorry.
thinking like a Bobbit situation here?
A eunuch?
Oh, yeah. You want to be a girl? Here, let's be a girl. I got a K-bar in my truck. Let's take care of that problem right now.
Lord.
K-bar.
All right. Might open a clinic.
Oh, trust me, it's sharp. Don't worry about that. But that would end that problem. If you want to be a woman so bad, then let's take care of the problem.
I would say the second through the 10th person in line would be out of there quickly after they say what happened to the
Thank
first
you very
person.
much.
Yeah.
That would end that situation.
I believe you're
But
right.
until then, all this, the Mulvaney dude that wants to play like a girl, I guarantee you he's still got his male part. He ain't going to cut him off. He might be talking funny. He might be dressing funny. He might be putting on the makeup and doing the hair and the nails like any other one of those weirdos. But I guarantee you he's still got his male part. Until he gets rid of his male parts and he has to sit down to go to the little girl's room, he's still a man. And he will always be a man because his XY chromosome is not the same as mine.
There you go.
And we need to get rid of this. And the best way of getting rid of it is say, okay, let's take care of that. Either the pocket knife comes out or the K-bar comes out. Doesn't matter to me which one. I got both. And we'll take care of the problem. But these little dudes that are beating up on the big girls, that is why we cannot have boys playing in the same
100%.
sport as girls.
100%.
And that has got to stop.
So
And that is
you do know that
exactly why.
Dylan Mulvaney is going to be portraying Anne Boleyn in a musical made about Henry VIII.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, hopefully, like Anne Boleyn, he'll talk to the guy with the axe and say, please make it a short one.
No, or maybe we're discovering the real reason Henry said off with her head.
Off with her head, yeah.
I'm going back to the Catholic Catherine. I just made a big mistake.
Well, you know, here it is. Anyone who continues saying that, I don't have any use for them. I'm not going to support it. I am not going to waste my money and my time to go watch that crap. It's just not going to happen. And I think it's ridiculous. And those people who continue to support it, I really worry about their lack of intelligence.
Agreed.
Well, I appreciate the call, Thunder. Bringing the thunder.
Thanks, Thunder. Keep it up.
Thank you, sweetheart.
All through the night. But how do we get on that? Just because some muscular ladies were beaten up or were lost to some male dwarves in a feat of strength?
Well, they did win that. You said they won the total.
They did, and it was close. It was actually 4-3, so it's worth watching it. Like the dwarf men just scraped by that win. Yeah,
but
it's a last second.
Looking at it visually, you would think it would be the other way around pretty easy.
You would think no, but seriously, the wrestling was like dwarves all day, every day. They had that low center of gravity, and they're strong too. It wasn't like just your average little guy. It was like these
young
dudes
ladies need some coaching.
are athletic. They lift a lot. They're very active.
First thing you do is squat. Get down to their size.
Mm-hmm. I've been told they're very dense.
I see.
Like,
yeah,
muscular fellas.
Trump just ever wrestle one?
No.
Me neither.
Trump just came out with a message.
What did he say?
Based upon a very productive meeting that I have had with Secretary General of NATO, Mark Rutte. He's the guy who goes, "Oh, Trump is daddy." You remember that earlier last year?
Yes, I love that.
He's playing Trump is being daddy. Mm-hmm. We have formed the framework for a future deal with respect to Greenland and, in fact, the entire Arctic region. This solution, if consummated, nice. Consummated, Mr. Trump, President Trump. This solution, if consummated, will be a great one for the United States of America and all NATO nations. Based upon this understanding, I will not be imposing the tariffs that were scheduled to go into effect on February 1st. Additional discussions are being held concerning the Golden Dome as it pertains to Greenland. Further information will be made available as discussions progress. Vice President J.D. Vance, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, isn't Marco great? He's the greatest. Marco Rubio, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and various others, as needed, will be responsible for the negotiations. They will report directly to me. Thank you for your attention to this matter. So, no, it's not possible. How could he? He's crazy, and he's going to invade it. He's going to do all this other stuff, and then Rutte goes, Daddy, I've got something. I've got a gift for you, Daddy.
Yep.
I know you're a little tired in Davos. You sound tired on stage. But I know it's because you've been working hard, Daddy. And there was that electrical failing on Air Force One.
Yeah, it's Air Force One.
So here's your gift, Daddy. Greenland.
Here it is.
And the way he put it in his speech was, we're asking for this big hunk of ice.
I loved it. Loved it.
So, breakthrough. Remarkable.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm glad we did. But I guess I don't have the doubt in Trump that others have.
I'm at that point, too.
I just, it sounds crazy. Okay, it's crazy.
That's why we're bringing
There
back.
are those that think I'm a very stable genius.
Yeah. Then more and more.
Yeah. And the world don't know how to deal with him except go, okay, Daddy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and other people are like, I hated my dad.
Yeah.
I hated my dad. That's why I started in as Anne Boleyn.
You never got in trouble as a kid, and when your parents walked away, you're like,
oh, yeah.
Exactly. That's what they're doing.
Oh, yeah. It's a few moments of rage.
Yeah. And then, what's his name did yesterday? He sent Trump the thing that said, hey, you're my best friend. I'm my best friend. And then he came back and said, Trump is a devil. He won't trade.
Oh, Emmanuel?
Yes. Emmanuel Macron. Macaroon.
Yeah, earlier he goes, and Emmanuel with his beautiful sunglasses. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he went into a story, an entire story about, Emmanuel, we got to get these drug prices down. You're going to have to come up a little bit because we're going to come down as the United States. Oh, no, Donald, I can't do that, Donald.
Okay.
Emmanuel, I'm going to put tariffs on your champagne. No, Donald.
Why does he have to constantly say, if you don't, this is what I'm going to do?
And, I actually like the guy. I get along with him even though he says stuff that...
Trump is a man of action.
Let's go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
This is Donkey Lori.
Hey, Lori.
I'm home today, cleaning with my dogs and my foster puppies, and I am thoroughly entertained by you guys today. I mean, I listen to y'all every day. Don't get me wrong. If I'm in the truck, I'm listening to you on the radio. If I'm at home, I got the app pulled up on my iPad, and I got my Bluetooth speaker, and I can hear y'all while I'm doing my chores. I am literally laughing out loud, like chuckling, like, Joey, I mean, dwarf men, wrestling, Amazon women, and Eddie.
Just reporting on it.
Changing it to fat girls. And I said it. I said fat girls. And then Eddie trying to convince you that fat girls are a good idea because, if the sun is shining, they got some shade.
They got some shade. And on a cold night like tonight. Who wants to be with skin and bones? Come on.
Well, I don't mind a little cushion. I'm just saying that, I don't want a lady who has more muscle than me who's also taller than me.
What? That'd be your inspiration. She could be your muse.
No, but that wouldn't be very comforting in the winter either. It's like
she'd
I'm
just
sleeping next to a board.
She'd tuck you right in.
Yeah.
Come here, little Joey.
Have y'all ever seen the cartoon with the great, big, hefty, elderly lady tacking up posters of her missing dog?
Oh, yes. And it's stuck somewhere.
And it's literally stuck in the crack of her butt.
Yeah. Yep. Know that very well.
Oh, my God. I just want to thank y'all so much because, life can be so stressful sometimes. We cannot take it too seriously. And y'all are just cracking me up.
Well, thank you,
you so much. It's great entertainment. I'm going to hang up and turn my app back up on my iPad so I can continue.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Lori.
Love you, Lori.
A plus gold star smiley face. Love you guys. Bye.
Yeah, we're no Candace Owens, but we do what we do.
I don't know.
But it is the times are changing. I mean, was the term muscle mommy a thing when you were coming up?
I've never
it's a thing right now.
I've never even heard of that.
It is a word. It is a term out there.
Muscle mommy.
Yeah.
So that would be,
And I don't know how I know this. It's just every time I put
is
up,
that a search?
Every time I put up Instagram, it's like
I'm just curious. Is it keywords we're looking
it's
for?
Apparently they know me.
Ah.
Yeah. I'm like, damn it! I need to change what I've been doing.
Really? Mm-hmm. They know you. Are they calling you out from the hordes of the computer, Joey? Joey.
Oh, there's even creepier stuff out there that I have, thank God, gotten away from.
Okay, well, you know how you've heard of this before. Hot women get all these propositions and things on their text.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very real thing. Being a hot lady online is.
All right. So since my photos,
your Speedo photos.
Yeah, they kind of leaked out a little bit more than I thought. Well, I got this text last night that.
Let's hope it didn't leak too much.
No, they're watertight.
I thought the photo or the Speedo.
Oh, the photos.
The photos leaked.
But anyway, this lady says, "Hi, it's Sarah from Friends from Peace. We're talking about Gaza and how countries."
I got that too, though.
Never mind.
So did my grandfather. I have to read his text now.
Well, I'm just giving you an example of how these women are coming out of the woodwork after me since then. But
Sarah from Friends for Peace.
that was just one
peace
example
in
that I
Gaza.
decided to keep. But
Peace in Gaza, really? You thought it was because of your warm form?
That's how they lure you in, Joey.
Talking about peace.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, he looks like he's a peaceful guy, and then they get you in there, and then they set the trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. But I didn't know you guys were on the cool guy list.
No, I get the ones like, come to Israel, and we'll show you a good time. Come to Israel. I'm sure you have Jewish heritage.
I don't get the Israel ones. I get the come to Ghana.
No, but that's when you know your algorithm's right. You're getting the free Gaza and the come to Israel stuff all
You're
at the same
running right
time.
down the middle?
Yeah, you're like, I'm playing both sides of this thing.
Ah, man. I'm thinking about investing in a Somali daycare myself.
And I think you should all bow to the one true Holy and Roman Catholic Church. No, I didn't say that. I don't actually mean that.
Joey.
I don't mean that. I'm not. Actually, I'm not the one to say that. I ain't bowing.
You're the last one.
I'm just more studying right now. I ain't bowing to any particular institution.
How's that study going?
Good. Seriously.
It is good.
It's a mixed bag, though. And what I mean is I've been studying the Bible. In the morning, I often, especially if I wake up and see all the stupid crap on my phone or whatever, I'll listen to the Bible. I don't treat that as like I'm attentively listening and like that's how I'm going to study, just listening to it. But I will. I'll just listen. And it actually brings me a lot of peace just thinking about that and some of the stories. And, you know, oftentimes people will start the Bible, so you read Genesis over and over again. But as I've definitely gotten into more, like actually sitting down, after I listen in the morning, I will sit down. I'll give away my cards. It's called the Ignatius Catholic Study Bible. And the footnotes and the essays and the references through it. I mean, you can sit there on just a few verses and go through every which angle, every which way. And then online, you now have Catholics and many different assortments of Protestants, from evangelicals to more mainline, to yada, yada, debating each other. And you can watch a lot of that stuff. And I find it fulfilling in a way, no pun intended, that the way I'm reading it is like, this is true. Like, I'm not sitting there trying to, with a modern mind, just pick everything apart.
Right.
I'm like,
you're just accepting it as
remove
fact.
the doubt.
Yeah.
And I'll put it this way. To me, it's not a intellectual agreement. It's not an intellectual assent. It's more like, oh, this is the family lore. And they want you to be part of the family.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the way I'm viewing it more and more. I don't know where I'll go.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big call because it's just how I was raised. It's the patterns, the seeds planted in you as a kid to go back to Catholic Church.
Oh, sure.
Though, I mean, there are moments where I'm like, well, I don't know about that.
But
so I might branch out and try some other services. But I'll just be honest. I've had a lot of wonderful people invite me to Church of Highlands, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
But Joey, one thing that, and you're on a different path in life, but it's your walk with the Lord. It's not nobody else's. It's you. It's for you. And I believe you me. I get pressured and pushed and pulled 9 different ways to the point of it almost bothers me. I appreciate you showing that interest in me. However, my walk with the Lord is my walk with the Lord, and and I consider it to be very private. I don't put it out there.
Sure.
But a lot of people want you to publicize it, which I guess there's nothing wrong with it. But I just find it to be very personal because and honestly,
it is. No, there's a lot I don't say.
Yeah.
A lot of big questions I have in my mind, and also personal experiences that still haunt me to this day that I am not sharing publicly. Because I've learned you can't be too much of an open book, even in a small, wonderful market like this. But it's more working things through, and I mostly do it through the writing.
Yeah.
And I just keep finding more and more, I would call it lightning strikes in the mind, where things are just also starting to make more sense. And one thing I really appreciate about that Ignatius Catholic Study Bible, is the guy who put it together, Scott Hahn. He used to be Calvinist preacher, I believe, before he converted to Catholicism. So there's a lot of understanding of different types of Christians went into this also, very studied. It took them 25 years to put together.
Oh, wow.
And it's a big old
thick thing. An active study, yeah.
And one aspect that Scott Hahn in particular emphasizes is called typology, which is essentially like the different prefigurings and the different types. Like when you read through, is that actually a prophecy of Christ? And essentially it's thinking through prophecy. And not just in the ways of like the actual prophet's images, like the book of Daniel or Isaiah or Ezekiel or many others. Those are literal messianic prophecies. But more like, for instance, at the start of Genesis, Abram at one point meets with the king of Salem, which Salem was called peace, the king of Salem, Melchizedek. And I believe this is in the book of Hebrews where it's made explicit in the New Testament. But Melchizedek is a prefiguring of Jesus as prophet, priest, prophet, and king. So Jesus is the new high priest. He's the new king. And what does Melchizedek give to Abraham? And again, these stories are written long before the New Testament. He gives him bread and wine. and you don't ever hear about him again. So Melchizedek never died. Like I just went through the book of Daniel, where the three who were Daniel's compatriots are thrown into the fiery furnace because they wouldn't bow to graven images, and they see they're unburned, and there's a fourth figure
in there.
Yeah, and there's a lot of this where some of it's more subtle than others, and some folks might say, well, it's a little more tortured reading, whatever. But you start to read it in that way where it's affected my writing, where things echo things, echo things, echo things, echo things, to where it is so interconnected, so layered, that you're like, how could man have made this? Like, men wrote it, but how is this put together? And given how full of crap and prone to sin, how depraved people are, as we see in our modern day news consumption, how is it ever possible that men were inspired to write this? And I think it points to something more.
Yeah.
And then I'll supplement like direct Bible study with, I brought it up the other day, like I still love to this day, folks like, Peter Robinson does it often, where you're going for more scientific or intellectual debates of like origins of God and maybe a transcendent mind and creator. And I don't know, I keep finding this is, of all the stuff I do, like watching a football game or, watching some stupid show, comedy, Tilt Tony or something, or doing the radio show and reading the news and all this other stuff, I feel most at peace and like my life is going in the right direction. Often on Sunday morning, I will go and stretch and do a little light workout, more to think, and I will think through, and I've often been using the Bible as the way to give me that inspiration, and I sit there and write. I'm going to keep doing that. Now, there's some days where I get tired of me, and you get tired of your routines, but I often feel that is the right direction to go in, because I've drank all the alcohol, man. I remember hanging out with Jack Campbell. We'd go out, and we've been to every restaurant in town, and it's great. It was good having a friend and being a friend to him, but you also start to realize, well, what amount of food ever fills your appetite? What amount of drink ever fills your appetite? The latest thing, now I will say it's two things, actually. It's Bible and that reinvigoration, but my little niece, Lucy, being born, not just had an effect on me, but I think it's rippled throughout the whole family.
Oh, the whole family. That's new life.
But again, that gets me back to the point I made. It's not like I believe in the sense of like, I listened to all the arguments from, here are the 4 classical arguments from Thomas Aquinas, William and Craig has popularized them and all this other. No, it was more like the divine economy, salvation history is God wanting to be in a familiar relationship, wants us to be his children. And when you start to think of it in that way, now seeing especially my brother have a child, you're like, okay. Yeah. And again, this is why I don't share too much. It sometimes just breaks me down.
I get it, man.
And the struggle is having to reintegrate. Like all the ways I've lived and all, because I think I've lived an all right life.
You lived a great life.
Yeah.
We could use a little more excitement.
Yeah. Well, but that's just my disposition. Yeah. Like I'm learning. I'm just hardwired that way, and have been since I was a child. Just is what it is.
Like B.A. Baracus, we got to give you get you drugged up, and then you just end up on the top of a mountain.
But you just start to feel that like reintegration of like, this. You see things in a new light, and I said I'm going to keep going that way, and I always appreciate folks who have a kind word, folks who you start to realize people are praying for you for years, folks giving suggestions, maybe. Try reading this, try reading that. I appreciate it deeply. And we'll see. Right now, I'm still a little bit in my hermit hole and
that's fine.
Enjoying time with Grandpa.
Enjoy it.
See, my main role in life right now is spending time with him.
Yeah.
But, it's worthwhile.
No doubt.
And I would encourage other folks to go for it. Now, there are, I think, different paths to the one way.
Yeah.
And there's one way. But, If Church of the Highlands does it for you, cool.
And that's
if
where you go. That's right.
Roman Catholic Church does it for you, cool.
Exactly.
I'm honestly not going to quibble too much. I disagree theologically. If you're going to the Church of Latter-day Saints, or you're like, as long as you are taking it seriously, studying, finding a family, I think you're in the ballpark at least, and we can hash out all the other differences
Have you
later.
ever thought about doing the tour of churches? Where you could
thought about it.
Okay, let's go to the one in Jamaica. I got 2 different ones that I know you're going to have a good time at.
Hey, how did we get on this off of talking about Amazonian muscle mommies being whooped in a feat of strength and athleticism by strong little dwarf men?
Because I know that's not where your heart's at.
It's kind of in both places.
You're torn?
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hi there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage.
And I'm Madeline Cannon, and we have some exciting news to share with you. We've been serving the state of Alabama for many, many years, and now we are able and ready to offer the same great mortgage financing in Georgia and Florida as well.
Our company may be Alabama Home Mortgage, but now we can finance your Georgia home mortgage and your Florida home mortgage too. We couldn't be more excited to extend our customer base to our neighboring states. For years, we have had customers call us in hopes we could assist them with purchasing their vacation cabin in North Georgia or their dream home in Florida. And now we can. For those of you who have family and friends that live in Florida and Georgia, be sure to tell them the good news.
Whether you are looking to purchase or refinance a home located in Alabama, Georgia, or Florida, you owe it to yourself to give Alabama Home Mortgage a call at 567-4223. That's 567-4223, or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com to complete an application on your time.
It's not just a slogan. Call Alabama Home Mortgage because, folks, there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586-36-8, Equal Housing Lender.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take Dayquil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the Dayquil.
Undo your flu symptoms with Dayquil Intense Flu. Dayquil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
Hi, this is Tom and Abby with Trademark Coins and Currency in Montgomery. We are the River Region's only veteran-owned and operated coin shop with over 40 years experience in the industry. At Trademark Coins and Currency, we are always buying, selling, and trading coins, currency, silver and gold bullion, and scrap gold and jewelry. We offer free appraisals as well as professional coin grading and are conveniently located off Vaughn Road in Montgomery. Visit us on the web at trademarkcoinsandcurrency.com or stop by the shop anytime. And remember,
don't be a chump and come to the best coin shop in the Gump.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market,
Call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
Rich Thomas weather.
Well, hi, everybody. We'll start out with today's forecast, which is quiet. Clouds are on the increase, but a dry day, milder. High temperature up to about 60. Risk of some spotty showers begins in the overnight hours tonight and Thursday, and a better chance on Friday with highs in the upper 50s to near 60 tomorrow and Friday. Then Saturday, rain becomes likely by the afternoon, more likely Saturday night into Sunday, but is it just rain? Everybody talking about this potential winter storm over the deep south this weekend, especially over the northern part of the state, but will we see any winter weather impacts here locally over the weekend? It's not out of the question. We'll know more as we get closer. Our weather app will keep you on top of the action. It's free in the App Store. Just search Rich Thomas Weather. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
The holidays may be over, but the bills don't have to weigh you down. Let ASE Credit Union help lighten your financial load with our special post-holiday loan options. Visit us online at yourasecu.com or stop by one of our branches to learn more. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1. WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Folks, you can always subscribe at Joey Clark Live on YouTube or follow me on X at the Joey Clark on X. And if you love the show, if you're listening all the time, be sure especially on X, but on YouTube as well, to comment. Just even if it's a simple like "you suck" or "I love the show" or "y'all are hilarious." Yeah, you can do "you suck."
Okay, cool.
More comments, the better. Let's go to this is James.
Yes.
You said? Hey James, how you doing?
Okay, Joey, I'm good. I'm not sure what to say here, except the weaker vessel. All right, testosterone. You follow me, Joey?
The weaker? No, I'm not.
Okay, well, you were concerned as to why or how. Maybe you were surprised that those little guys managed to master the Amazon women.
Oh, I was playing dumb. I expected them to win all day, every day. They're men.
Okay, Joey. I'm sorry. It's hard for us boomers out here to know when you're playing dumb and when you're not, okay?
Yeah, that's by design.
Okay. Yeah, all right. That's fair. Thomas Aquinas, you know his phrase, supreme being.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only one way to this supreme being, Joey, and that is through the narrow gate.
Yes.
Okay. Now, I caught you about the time you started on Melchizedek or
Melchizedek.
Yes. Okay. Well, you pronounce it a little differently for
Yeah,
me, but we're talking about the same guy.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you mentioned this or not, but there was no genealogy, no lineage mentioned in the Word for this man. No mother and father, which is a little unusual because typically there are parents mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for my last little bit here, Joey, Genesis 1 and then John 1 through 5.
Yes.
Well, there's some more suggested reading for you.
Oh,
not that you haven't read it,
right?
But maybe not in combination with each other.
Oh no, I have, and I plan on doing it again because I think that's, by the way, even since I was a child, the opening of the Gospel of John is, it's just always spoken to me. Just the language, the poetry of it, and the fact that it's straight up saying, where it's a little more hidden, though if you read it, it's obvious at a certain point, but compared to the other Gospels, he's saying Jesus is Lord, Jesus is God. And he was from the very beginning. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the very creation begins through the Word.
Correct.
Right.
And so when he's referring to the Word there, and this is hard for me to get my mind around, but he's referring to Christ as being the Word, is he not?
Yes, he is. The Logos.
Joey, it's always enlightening.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you, sir.
Ta-ta, man.
272-9228. What are you looking at over there?
City Watch.
Oh, there's stuff going on in City Watch?
There's always something.
What do you make of that guy, like the guy who was suing for racial discrimination, civil rights discrimination, because he got fired as the 911 operator? And apparently he just had his personnel board meeting and they affirmed his firing. And he's still going to sue, but he's laying out all sorts of dirty laundry. Like, we're budgeted for this amount of dispatchers, this amount of callers, and we're only at this number. And he said, I was hired by Chip Hill in order to do this, and then other folks got mad at me, and I'm like, and it's not like, I want the city of Montgomery to succeed.
We all do, but
there's always something that gets in the frickin' way, and I'm sorry, it's not you being able to take more of my money.
No.
Even if it's a pittance compared to what the feds take from me.
It's crazy because honestly, you think we all want a better Montgomery. But then you go out there and look and you see how people act. Not everybody wants a better Montgomery. Some people like it crappy like this. I can't stand it.
No, and I was just downtown at the State House, and I will say, I don't like government spending money, that old State House is awful. Like, it really is just...
bulldoze it when it's all said and done.
Yes, right. So. Just that building is terrible. But also, I go downtown, and I'm like, especially the government area, like, it's not
what it is.
Necessarily ugly. I wouldn't go that far, but it's not exactly inspiring.
No, it's not
either.
inspiring. It reminds me of
all the RSA stuff. It's just
old Russian architecture. Is what it reminds me of.
Slightly brutal. Yes.
Concrete this, concrete that.
And with the copper, or it's supposed to be like the green tops that are supposed to be like weathered copper or whatever.
It's green. Somebody stole the copper, so they had to put the green.
Well, no, and it's one thing to criticize it. If you want it different, be the one who builds it and runs it, and fair enough. But
it's just so frustrating because
there's just a little thing after little thing where I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that I got a piece of scrap metal in my back right tire driving downtown.
Hey, rather be in your tire than be in your side.
Okay.
Shake.
I'm Joey Clark. Here's my co-host T-Bone.
Just say it, Joey. Situational awareness.
How about this? Let's hit another break. Hopefully we'll get Ray Bowles from Bradville Carpet on the other side.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar, and I just want to tell you, if you're in business or got an event coming up and want to do some advertising, wisely spent dollars are spent down here at Blue Water Broadcasting. All the guys are nice, easy to work with, and I see results, I guarantee you.
Radio reaches over 90% of everyone in the river region. Shouldn't your ads be out there where your customers are? Call us to find out more. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Ray Bowles is indisposed for the moment.
Right,
so,
right.
Let's remind folks, as part of the program, brought to you by Prattville Carpet, and they're putting new flooring down in their own showroom.
Exactly right.
Stuff that ain't going to scratch. Looks amazing.
Yep.
Like, just get by 2201 Copsville Road. Maybe not today. They're just finishing it up. But, of course, you can always just call them at 285-8117, and they'll come out and do a free in-home measurement. Maybe you're looking to redo the bathroom or a kitchen countertop, or you're looking to put new carpet down in the bedroom.
Remember he was saying they got pet-proof carpet?
Yeah.
Dude,
and
if
then,
you got pets, why wouldn't you not get that carpet?
And then, of course, they've got the epoxy flooring.
Oh, that's super cool.
That'll make a garage, a cement, just slap pop in a great way. They can help you out across the board. But again, you got to call them at 285-8117. And be sure to tell them that Joey and Eddie, those fellas on the radio, sent you. Let's go to line 1.
Okey-doke.
You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, guys.
Hey, Robert.
I'm coming out of the blue. I'm going to talk about Don Lemon and that situation. In my opinion, they need to be punished big time, not only because of what they did, because of the signal that it needs to send. In other words, this bull crap that's going on, in the name of protesting, we can just disrupt all of society.
Yes.
Is a bunch of crap.
Yes, it is.
It is, Robert.
And anyway, that's all I wanted to say, and I know y'all was talking about something else, but I just jumped in.
That's all good, Robert. Appreciate it.
But he's 100% right. I don't understand how people have this kind of time.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, they're getting paid, man.
I get it, but how can that be your way of income as I wait for them to call me to go protest?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think none, or they're part of a nonprofit. It's what they do all the time. Like they're part of institution.
I still wait, and I think it'll come out one day where people aren't paying taxes on this money. People are getting paid under the table, and it's
the grift and the graft in general, including legal graft. That'll probably technically they're allowed to do. Oh,
But
it's unreal, especially on the left. I think there's a lot of folks with their hand in there getting raked.
And
but like
you see it on the regular now.
Yeah. Now, this moment happened earlier. I saved this one.
Yeah.
This is actually, I think, yesterday.
That's Scott.
Scott Bessent. And Gavin Newsom's at the World Economic Forum. He's in Davos, Switzerland. Switzerland.
What's Newsom doing over there?
Talking about, hey, you Europeans, he's trying to do his best Trump. Y'all get your ass in gear. Y'all are asleep. He's cursing, and he's like, y'all just letting being a doormat to this guy. And like, he's trying to be the tough American who's like rallying the other libs in Europe or whatever.
Good Lord.
But he's daddy.
Good Lord.
But here's Scott Bessent. Well, talking about what Gavin Newsom reminds him of.
I think it's very, very ironic that Governor Newsom, who strikes me as Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken, may be the only Californian who knows less about economics than Kamala Harris. He's here this week with his billionaire sugar daddy, Alex Soros, and the Davos is a perfect place for a man who, when everyone else was on lockdown, when he was having people arrested for going to church, he was having $1,000 a night meals at the French Laundry, and I'm sure the California people won't forget that. And I can tell my message to Governor Newsom is the Trump administration is coming to California. We are going to crack down on waste, fraud, and abuse. And I was told he was asked to give a speech on his signature policies, but he's not speaking because what have his economic policies brought? Outward migration from California, a gigantic budget deficit, the largest homeless population in America, and the poor folks in the Palisades who had their homes burned down. He is here hobnobbing with the global elite while his California citizens are still homeless. Shame on him. He is too smug, too self-absorbed, and too economically illiterate to know anything.
Don't piss off Scott Bessent.
You ain't kidding.
Damn. Kidding. He's the American Psycho. He's Patrick Bateman. He's like,
American Psycho, 100%.
Like, what was that one line at the beginning there? Hold on.
Patrick Bateman meets Sparkle Beach Ken.
Sparkle Beach Ken.
And they're right. I wish they would hit on him more about the whole California thing, because Adam Carolla, I think if it's not weekly, it's at least every 2 weeks. He is walking up the Palisades, walking up and down. One house has permit. One house.
Nuts. It's absolutely
It's been over a year. And I don't think they're going to do anything.
No, and this is something I would appeal to folks who are more their disposition, just whatever, you're a liberal.
Mm-hmm.
There's something rotten with y'all's party. Even if, like, I give you, for the sake of argument, grant you're right about healthcare in principle. We need more free access to healthcare at the consumer level for people or whatever.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's like, I don't trust your party to do this.
No.
Like, again, look at all the, like,
look at the fraud.
Why is the bureaucracy in the way? Why are all these other consulting groups and these nonprofits and these checks and where's the money?
Down the process.
Like, if y'all could efficiently build crap like, we used to do in the early 20th century in this country, maybe you'd have a point, like the early progressives did. But y'all get this trillions of dollars in budgets, and you waste it all.
Nothing built. That's what's so amazing about Elon and that deal in Texas. What was it, for 18 months he got that done? The battery factory?
Initially got it up in less than 3 years, the full lithium processing plant.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And he's probably about to build a new, what he calls terafab, gigafactory, terafab,
So
a fabricator for microchip.
If you're a big builder and you are tired of looking at regulation, why are you not looking at Texas right now going, hey, baby?
Right. No, and this is why he left California. Musk did, and many others are now thinking of leaving. Let's quickly go to line one. You're on there. Who's this?
Hey, this is Sam.
Hey, Sammy.
Yeah, I love that, though. He's too economically illiterate. He couldn't bake change at the Dollar Tree.
And he's with this sugar daddy billionaire.
Sugar daddy, I love
my
that.
God.
I love it when white folks get upset. It's just great. Listen, in all seriousness, I got my notice a couple days ago talking about the 911 service. Every month, $2.23. We all pay if you have a cell phone. And, I'm on the program. So the government is paying to the state $2.23 every month. When I'm curious, when the investigation actually happens, I wonder if there's any fraud in our where that money's going for the 911 service. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's possible, or just could be we're incompetent. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's
going to be a lot of that.
Sad to hear, but it's sad to hear that because that directly helps. When you call 911, you're desperate and you need something, and it's just sad. But that's my 2 cents, brother. Man.
Appreciate you, Sam.
Take it easy, Sam.
It's been a very good show. Thank y'all.
Love you, brother. Well, let's get out of here.
All right, let's go.
Happy Hour with Greg Budell. He's next.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana News Talk